Oh, hello, folks. Welcome back to CD, the last day of CD 2025. After this, there's only promo and relegation left. So today, yeah, it's the grand finals, the rematch of the upper finals. It's A7 up against K-Stars Academy yet again. Oh, and as always, Brazil delivers. They made an actual, like, special intro for this. And Kate's been here before. They won the second split last year of CBLOL Academy. They've been first or second the last 2 years. A7's still going to try and punch back. Yeah, that's from last year. Are they in studio actually today? Kind of hope they are. I guess we'll find out.
Então, sobre o time, esse é o nosso segundo split juntos. Split passado a gente acabou perdendo na final. Então, eu sinto que esse split, por a gente estar mais tempo junto, ter mais
No, the shot sitter's not working.
mais forte.
It's not picking up his voice well.
Tem grandes qualidades, o Scamber tá jogando muita bola.
Mano, eu
Yeah,
acho
Cade
que
was
o nosso
second
time
first, second
só
first.
funciona por
Last 2
causa do
years.
Scamber, inclusive. Eu sinto que ele é o melhor support da competição em muitos aspectos. Esse meu split eu acho que eu tô bastante confiante, porque eu acho que eu tô bem individualmente. E meu time também tá bem individualmente também.
I'm gonna assume that they're in studio, actually.
A gente tá muito bem na mesma página.
I mean, they're all here.
Só aparecem assim porque
Or actually, we don't know if they're all there, but
Acho que a gente não cresceu tanto nos playoffs, acho que a gente não jogou o que a gente conseguia jogar nos treinos na fase de pontos. Eu acho que nos playoffs a gente só conseguiu se encontrar melhor e jogar o que a gente realmente joga.
hello, Ray. Welcome in. This was the elimination match I didn't get to see.
Eu acho que o meu momento é bom, eu acho que eu tô conseguindo jogar um jogo bem estável.
Loki, I still do not understand why Kaboom dropped Skuro.
Pra mim conseguir mostrar o que eu realmente
I thought he was very, very serviceable.
Chance, sim, eu vejo que se a gente conseguir arrumar nossos erros, a gente pode até ser o favorito até. Eu vejo que a gente tem uns players muito melhores e pra mim a gente é um time melhor, assim, no geral.
Acho que a Cade é um time bem sólido, assim. Acho que eles têm um playstyle individual, assim, bom. Mas acho que a série que a gente perdeu contra eles foi meio que sobre a gente. Eu vejo desse jeito. E acho que se a gente jogar o nosso jogo, a gente vai ser campeão com certeza.
Yeah, to be fair, the A7 K-Stars Academy series in the upper finals was very, very close.
Desde muito tempo. E eu acho que a gente é favorito na competição, que eu acho que a gente só joga melhor, só. Esse time da Alpha 7 não vejo muito a bot lane como problema, mas eu concordo que o escuro é o jogador ali a se tomar cuidado, mas eu confio no meu Kiss. Meu Kiss vai bater na cabeça dele, então tamo suave. Então,
Like,
eu não queria ganhar, obviamente, desde o começo, mas daí quando a gente viu a Cade da LTA sendo campeão...
Like, Arcade Academy, I think, played slightly under their sort of,
Tá todo mundo muito hypado e a gente quer muito essa dobradinha.
under their peaks when they played against A7 the first time. But A7 also played really, really well. And I think A7 has been improving in the lower bracket week after week, so yeah. I 100% think this could be a close. I think a lot more depends to me on Cade and what they're doing. Hey, we're in studio. Let's go.
Já de cara chamando os astros dessa grande festa, começando com o time da VKS.A. Os guerreiros, eles chegam nessa final com uma marca impressionante.
I'm glad that they're actually in studio. Hopefully that means less pauses. I say hopefully because we still got pauses even despite that. Okay, Cade as the higher seed walking in.
É para fechar o ano com chave de ouro para a organização. Do outro lado a gente vai ter aí a galera da Alpha 7 chegando aqui na arena. A Alpha 7, um time novo no
And A7 as the challengers. Ooh, nice fire logo.
Vale para redenção do jogador.
It's their jerseys too.
Gravar a marca na história do circuitão e vale aquela moral extra para brigar pela vaga. vaga direta na LTA.
Chiari lá no topo, Drake Hero é o caçador, Random Gap mid laner, escuro e telas completam o time lá no bot.
É um time que começou o campeonato desacreditado, Gruntar, mas chega pra final.
As weird as it is, okay. I don't know why. I have this feeling like mid lane's gonna be the deciding matchup here. Like if you look at it, it shouldn't be. Quats has been a little bit quieter this year. He's not been the primary carry of his team. And in terms of like recent performance, I think RD Gap's overperformed initial expectations, but I also don't think he's the main carrier of his team. Oats. Yeah, but for some odd reason in my head, like, or my gut, I feel like that the mid lane matchup actually might be the big decider between them. I guess because Quats is also kind of a clutch player, or traditionally has been a bit of a clutch player. When his team needs him, like, he gets on those hyper carries and he just hard carries the game, maybe. Yeah, the stakes are interesting in this one because while technically, like again, promo's been already locked in, right? Like A7's going promos, Cade can't play. I feel like for Cade, they really want the trophy, considering their first, their tier 1 squad just won on their side. I think their tier 2 squad really wants that, and they've been like always been at the cusp, you know. And this time, no Red Academy. They are the favorites come into this one. I think they really want to take it. And then for A7, even though like if they win, it'd be such a huge underdog story for A7. But also going into the promo tournament with Isurus kind of leveling up with, you know, picking up Kenny and Samudo. A loss here, I think, would really light a fire under them, and that they've only got that much time to try and improve to the point where they can beat Isurus. Because I do think Isurus with Kenny and Zamudo is probably equal to or potentially better than Cade Academy. Like, I certainly don't think they're the weakest LTA South team. The stakes of money, yeah, money too. True. Money's always nice and important.
Rapidamente, prof, jogou ali uma sériezinha, mas provou que eles eram os favoritos, não tinha como.
E a gente viu que foi uma série bem apertada.
A7.
Muita coisa aconteceu.
I mean, they didn't really play through like the lower bracket. It was only the upper finals that knocked them down. So definitely two of the better performing teams leading into the playoffs, or at least in the early stages of the playoffs. It's actually kind of a wild like bracket when you see who ended up falling. Red getting knocked out so early.
Nessa final da chave superior não é nada fácil.
Pois é, né? Alpha 7, novidade aqui no nosso circuito desafiante e que vai enfrentar uma veterana do nosso Tier 2, VKS.A, que chega aqui então para sua quarta final de Tier 2 seguida e que traz no seu elenco um grande destaque.
Hearing Fogoda say the full VKS.A, I realize how rarely we hear the name from the Portuguese broadcast with the full name. I keep hearing VKS. Yeah, they're in studio race, so they should. If they don't, yeah, that's absolutely criminal. Like, there's zero reason to not show draft now that you're actually in person and you've got the setup. I also kind of wonder, do they get the LTA South like production crew to do this? Like all these camera shots and whatnot. Because remote's a whole different beast.
Muito bem, conseguiram se reestruturar da função. A gente sabe que aqui no Brasil parece que a gente tem muitos cases de sucesso quando as pessoas saem da função de alguma outra função e vai para tirador.
Okay, you're looking at the bot laners.
Então, tô bem curioso para ver o escuro que fez esse pentakill também que a gente viu de Jinx super.
Yeah, Kissy leveled up a lot from the obviously beginning of the split he did the role swap and everything. So
qual desses dois lados vai acabar conseguindo ter mais destaque, afinal de contas é grande final, Gruntar. Vale tudo para esse.
Oh, by the way, I got the BTTV thing sorted out yesterday, so it should show up now properly. You can try and it should, I think, show up now, both in the Twitch chat as well as on screen. So that's it. There are some. Wait, okay, hold on. So the way it kind of works, the extension is I have to add some of them. So like if they're not like automatically done, like I'm assuming those are specific ones that I have to like manually add. Yeah, I mean those are the emotes you're gonna be using. I'll try and add them right now, but
sem sombra de dúvida bater de frente com essa VKS.
É, meus amigos, a gente vai acompanhar já então. Lembrando pra galera que estamos no Fearless Draft. É uma melhor de 5, né?
Okay. Oh, I hear the draft music. They're gonna be starting draft soon.
Porque o League of Legends.
Hell yeah, full drops. And Kate opted for blue side. Okay.
Então vamos lá, os banimentos já estão sendo feitos. Aurora e Pantheon foram banidos por parte da VKS.
That's cool.
E o Rumble, junto com o Azir, são os banimentos da Alpha 7. O Rumble completamente justificado, porque o Chino, nessa semana que passou, pegou o Rumble contra a Alpha 7. Gruta, ele estragou o jogo.
Yeah, I think the more common ones. And then, okay, I've just added Yo knows. Okay, the Yo knows is like capitalization, so that's probably why that's not working. Okay, ban's coming through. Yunara on blue side for Cade. Really? That's shocking. Scanner Rubber Azir. Wow, they're paying their respects to Quats as Azir. Probably Wukong Annie then, most likely. They look clueless. Okay. Wait, hello? Why are you doing this to me, stream? Not today. Not right now.
Justamente indo para essa Oriana, que acaba sendo um conforto do Randall Gap, também já trouxe várias vezes aqui no campeonato, como essa resposta de Shinzao. Então a gente já vê dois campeões que têm uma sinergia interessante, conseguem ter um...
Yeah, they went Oriana. Okay. I mean, Artie Gap's Oriana is fine. I don't know about...
Então first pick o Kong. Vamos ver agora como que o time da Cade...
Yeah, okay, so the Skarner, I think Skarner 1-3 ban red side is... That feels like a targeted, like, prepped thing to try and take it off of Sarolu. Which is fine. I think they have a plan in game 1 to try and do that, so... Yeah, the Yunara blue side ban confuses me a lot more. Do we just see Varus come through then? I mean, they already have a nice AoE wombo combo here. They need damage to start coming through a little bit. And there's no rumble on the top side, so do they win? Yeah, there we go, Varus. This also changes up sort of the drop dynamic now, because now Yunara doesn't have an answer. We've been seeing teams trade Varus Yunara. And now I think Yunara just becomes perma red side ban after this game. Yeah, you could even go on hit Varus here if you wanted. I think you've got enough potential frontline with engaged support.
Mas é isso que eles optam, a gente vê que é topside pouco mais forçado e justamente tirar o Chino dessa zona de conforto. O Chiari sofreu muito com essa no primeiro jogo da última série. Ele terminou... Picar, né?
They're blinding the Ambessa here.
Mas ele estava com Rumble contra e a VKS jogou em cima dele o jogo inteiro.
Yeah, with the Ambessa, Shinjao, for sure. But I think most AD carries have hard time anyways. Unless you're running something like Ezreal Kaisa sort of thing. Yeah, I actually like A7's dropped a little bit more right now and how they played it. I think it's very smart. Like, you can afford to give team fights over as long as you got Shinjao Ori on your side. They can match, and then you're taking out a lot of OP team fighters. I'd love to see something with a bit more agency in the top lane for K-Stars. Part of me wants to say Gwen, but the matchup for Gwen might be a bit hard. Like, Gwen would be good for both team fighting as well as the scaling to come through, the 1v1 later. And we're looking for supports for both sides and AD carry on this side. Okay. Okay. I don't think Jhin is a great sort of compositional pick necessarily. Or, sorry, other way. I don't think how do I put this? I don't think Jhin is great for himself here, but I think he's a good sort of fit for the team comp where you don't have to be primary damage, and you're picking Jhin here for utility, in that he can stay a screen away as the fight breaks out, and he doesn't want to be anywhere near the fight. If anything, Jhin just plays clean up. Okay, yeah, Jax works too. Yeah. It's not into Ambessa. My head was stuck on Gwen, but Jax works just as well. That smile. That damn smile.
Jax pro Chino trabalhar, agora a última escolha. Será que pega Nico? Não.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think the Jhin is a great pick for itself. It's more just like you just wanted an AD carry that has a lot of space. He's not the main thing. He's utility. If anything, we'll probably just see him use Curtain Call or Deadly Flourish as the initiate, and then just see him come in to play cleanup after the fight. Okay. Yeah, I think the Alice is better than the Lulu. The Lulu hover was interesting. I was trying to think, like, does Lulu work here? But yeah, I don't think Lulu would have been good. But this is fine. This is better. Okay, yeah. Interesting comps for game 1, and I very much don't hate it. Kate is low on AP. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think this will be tank Galio. Like, this will probably be AP Galio, and Jax has a little bit of AP. It's not a lot of AP, to be fair. But yeah, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, they'll be okay. There's no like true tank on the other side. If anything, ooh, this is a weird place for Varus now. I don't know if he wants to go lethality, because on one hand they'll want to build some armor, but on the other hand, if you're going on hit Varus, I don't feel confident that Kissy will actually be able to do anything in these fights. You know, like I feel like he's just gonna get zoned out by the threat of Xinjiao, Mbessa, and to a lesser extent Orianna. That's it. I do like the Kate comp. I think it's a really solid cohesive composition, strong split push threat, strong team fighting. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 normally, but I'm gonna drop it to 3.5 just because I think into this comp specifically with the Ori, Xinjiao, and Mbessa, it's a bit hard to play, and I don't know if they'll have a dedicated tank, which allows Jin to kind of pop off. So I'm gonna give them a 3.5 on this side. This comp is interesting. I don't think the internal cohesion is very good, but it answers into what Kate wants to do very well. So like normally I look at this comp and I go, it's okay, it's not bad. It's like a 3.5, but I actually think in this situation as an answer to that comp, it's actually a 4. I actually prefer the A7 comp a little bit more right now. And what I like the most about A7's comp is it's not even like you're not burning all the OP meta champions. Like Orianna is good. Orianna is solid. She's probably like top tier-ish. Xinjiao is top tier-ish as well, but
então vambora, porque tá tudo
yeah.
certo aqui pra gente poder começar a partida, a primeira dessa melhor de 5.
And then Mbessa is also not exactly like top lane OP. That's mostly Rumble right now.
Do circuito desafiante. Tá aí os dois jogadores já de cara, Scamber de lado. Vamos ver como fica o esquema da Alpha 7 do outro.
It's a good game 1 draft. I am pretty happy to see it. I think there's a lot of space for skill expression, and it's not like a draft gap coming through from either side. The power spikes as well for the teams I think are pretty evenly matched. Okay, so it is the Tauri Varus or Kissy. He opted for the poke, the safety. I don't hate it. I think that's fine. It does sort of change. Yeah, I guess you don't need any more teamfight threat with already this top side. Like, it's not like A7 are looking to try and match your team fighting necessarily. So I think A7, if they can get the initial, a lot of it will come down to Artie Gap's shockwave. If he gets a critical shockwave, I think A7 will win. If they don't, and you only find one target, then I think Kate will have better sustained damage through a team fight and just better team fighting tools in general. And then both AD carries are kind of secondary. Like more poke for Kate, more utility for A7.
Deixa eu chamar a Foguetinha para ela fazer a primeira participação aqui dentro do nosso jogo, direto lá da arena.
Isso mesmo, Gruntar, muito obrigada aí, né, pelas honras de participar do jogo com vocês. Estou aqui com o Dora, primeiramente, boa tarde para você. A minha pergunta
got an interview with one of the coaches there.
Em cima de Alistar. Queria entender se foi uma questão de que vocês têm uma preocupação pela bot lane da VKS,
I assume that's on A7 coaches.
protagonista desse time, ou foi uma questão de escolha pelo draft mesmo?
Eu acredito que tenha sido só uma questão de escolha por draft mesmo.
Oh, that's the run. Okay.
É bom contra esses engages primários dele, tipo, o Jax, ele não vai conseguir entrar muito fácil contra o Alistar. Eu acredito que é só por isso mesmo, ele consegue jogar bem a área contra o Varus também, e só isso.
Muito obrigado, Dora, um bom jogo pra você. Pessoal, é com vocês.
Valeu, Foguetinha.
I mean, I think it just makes sense, right? You wanted a disengage support more than an engage support in this comp. And Alistair functions really well still as a ball delivery system. In fact, there's some nice synergy with the Shockwave combo setting up for Pulverize. So, yeah.
O Chino vai de novo botando essa vantagem dos minions aqui. Não teve o skip, eu achei até que o Drake Hero podia esquipar um acampamento lá na parte de cima pra punir a pressão que o Chiari tá tomando, né? Pra já comer
Hey, Shino got a bit of a level
Ele
advantage.
tá mais preocupado, pelo menos nesse primeiro momento, em fazer a movimentação mesmo. E começam as mensagens da nossa galera na hashtag Circuito.
Yeah, I kind of like Jax and Tembessa.
Tá aí cheio de League of Legends. Essa
Personally,
foi a
I think Jax is
única
really strong in
semana
general,
do League of
but
Legends aqui pra gente, né?
especially now that Gwen's been nerfed.
Segunda, terça, quarta, sexta, sábado, domingo de novo.
Assim que é bom, né? Assim que é bom desse jeito e a TF também mandando mensagem pra gente.
But I also like Fiora, and she's not seeing a lot of play right now.
Final da VKS,
So, hey.
bora Alpha 7.
I like the
Ô,
duelists,
aí,
I
ó,
guess.
torcida pra equipe da
And
Alpha 7,
tanks.
torcida
Kind of
pro
opposite sides of the
Level
spectrum.
especificamente, né? O TF é bom das
I'm actually curious how many people there are in the guy. I know they piped some crowd audio in. It didn't sound like a lot of people were there, but yeah. Oof. Oh, Kissy, you can't afford to do that. A miss is as good as a
Não
mile.
acho que vai acontecer muita coisa, não. Não acho que vai sair abate aqui, não. O OVNI com a foto junto com o Rabelo ali e o Cleberson é mandatório,
Parceiro do
né?
André, parceiro do André.
Tá lá, chegando em casa.
Low key, mid lane match just
Correndo
decided that
pra
it's
acompanhar e
Scuttle.
não perder nada.
Because Squad says Prio, so it's a 4v3. Already Gap can't rotate.
Começo de jogo tá de boa aqui, ô, Cleber.
That's actually really impressive, as the Galio into the Ori.
Tem que ir correndo? Ele foi correndo, ué.
A lot of times you're just kind of bullied out early by the range at disadvantage, so...
Ele foi de bike, ele foi de bike.
Que se
Oh,
tava numa posição
couldn't
meio
clear it.
esquisita ali,
É, tava meio esquisito, mas teve
mas
muita
não
ação
teve
aí.
engage.
O pessoal mandando muita mensagem justamente do tempo de ação que a gente teve no mapa aqui. A gente viu que tava as equipes buscando jogada.
Olha,
Mas vem engage!
ele tava muito na frente, foi engajado. Ele ainda assim tenta se reposicionar.
Oh, Kissy!
Tira boa.
Oh, this is really bad for Arcade now.
Agora Alpha 7 vem pra cima. Só que o Drake Hero tem que fugir. O Telas também tá machucado. Sarolo vem pra cima.
Yo, that flash from Sarolu? Actually goated.
Mais uma âncora do Scamber. Ele pegou a bola.
Like, if Telas got the hitbat off, then yeah, it'd just been a 1 for nothing with the risk of dying. But now, it actually enables them to get back in here. Wow, Skuro. Wow.
Tava só esperando o balaço
Oh, impressive.
pra garantir a eliminação. Tinha a quarta bala disponível e o Escuro é um cara muito maneiro. Ele nem olhou, ele atirou, virou pro outro lado com o
Inverted
flash.
Ryuka combo?
Garantiu a
What
bala e
is
sai
a Ryuka combo?
muito bem dessa bot lane porque ele ficou com double buff, irmão.
E a gente vê como a jogada toda vai ser
Oh,
orquestrada
man.
pelo
This
Drake,
part-
como o Alpha 7 comita muitas jogadas com esse flash combo e o Drake Hero não
I mean, Kate knew this was a possibility. They were ready. And this looked good for them initially. But Kissy unfortunately just takes away too much damage. And this should have been kind of GG at this point. Like, they're pushing up, they're threatening, but Telas should be able to hitbutt. But because he hitbutted Sarulu backwards, that's where everything went wrong. And that's not even Telas' fault. That was just a really good flash from Sarulu. Dude, Scamber trolled this. Scamber gets 1 auto, 2 autos, that's it. If he had just stayed and fought, they would have won that. They would have killed Skuro. Small miscommunication, and then Skuro gets away with that kill. So A7, I think, actually happier with that, with the kill distribution.
E do outro lado ficou só abate pro Sarulu, né?
If Jin gets some early kills, he's... Yeah. I mean, that's why we often see the Varus Jin matchup, because they both have enough poke and range to actually trade very evenly in lane. Regardless of the Varus build. Even back when it was Hill Blades Varus, we'd still see Jin played into it. Because you can get the 4 shot, you kind of equalize the trade.
Não saiu
From the
aí a
get-go.
proeza de guerrilha, né? Vamos acompanhar quem é que pega aquele abatezinho extra pra poder garantir a proeza.
Aí a gente vai vendo que o mapa também vai
Okay,
acelerando
I see the Ryuka combo you sent me, Ray, in DMs. I will take a look at it after the game.
A gente vê que as equipes optam por esse swap,
Thank you for sending that to me.
esperar um pouco mais desse aronguejo não, desculpa, as vastilarvas, e a gente vê também o Sarulu vindo pra essa parte de baixo do mapa, que talvez possa começar esse dragão, mas a gente tá vendo que os caçadores estão muito próximos desse nível 6 também, então é um momento potencial pra utilizar o ultimate do Quas, utilizar o ultimate do Sarulu, então é um ponto de perigo caso a Alpha 7 não pise no lugar correto, na hora correta.
Drake Hero tava aqui fazendo aí essa sombra, deixou a sentinela, mas foi engajado, a todo momento saiu! É muito dano em cima dele! Ele vai escapando com a proteção da torre. O Chino faz aí a menção de que ia perseguir, mas não consegue chegar. O dano não sai e o Drake Hero vai vivo. É, ia ser muito arriscado pro Chino fazer esse dive. Ainda tinha um ultimate do Chiari ali, tinha um flash dessa Ambessa pra dar a cobrança. E o Chino não chegaria sem o próprio flash. Já vem o Hextech.
Okay. Kissy. Jeez, Skuro just has Kissy's number this game.
De novo, Escuro, uma vez após a outra, detonando a botlane da Cade.
This
E
is...
eles não cessam a pressão, vão botando o Scammer pra baixo.
Funnily enough, this is actually not that bad for Kate.
E o Telas tá criando muito com esse...
Kissy doesn't want to win.
Usando desse flash Hextech. E professor,
Ah,
o time
man.
ganhou na segunda-feira, mandou a galera...
I don't know. I feel like for Kissy, having more games is better because he just roll swapped the split. Like, the more games he can get, the better. And so the upper bracket ends up kind of working against him. But... Oh. Nice combo. Skuro's dead. Can he get Tellus?
Faz a entrada, pega o abate, persegue ali
Ah,
o
not
Tellus.
enough, not enough follow up,
Poder
but still,
salvar enquanto aquele
1 for
que
nothing,
vem numa
free,
jogada do
good,
topo
and Prio
pegar
Roller
esses
grubs,
vírus.
very good.
Eles conseguem fazer essa pressão com a chegada
Clueful.
do tanque nível 6.
Is that an actual
E a
emote
gente
ray?
já esperava que fosse acontecer, mas o jogo
Maybe I
do
should
acelerado é
see.
muito maior. Agora vai cair o teleporte por aqui. Round
Oh, that's an
2
actual
dessa
emote.
treta.
Okay,
Segundo round aqui da briga, hein? Vamos ver como é que
that's
fica. O time da
hilarious.
Alpha 7 vem com
Okay,
o
let's add that
Chiari.
for fun.
O Chino não vem. O Chino não vem. Então são 4 jogadores da Alpha 7. Eles vão ficar aqui na boa, pegar.
Wait, what the? Sorry, I looked away to look at the emote, and we lost.
Segundo round aqui da briga, hein? Vamos ver como é que fica. O time da Alpha 7 vem com o Chiari. O Chino não vem. O Chino não vem. Então são 4 jogadores da Alpha 7. Eles vão ficar
Okay.
na boa, pegar 2 vírus pra garantir
Wow,
o
just a
banco
quick TP was
e
enough.
ponto de proeza.
Huh.
Pois é, a gente tava vendo ali justamente comentando dessa treta toda, mas a gente vê como a equipe da VKS não tá se
That's
trabalhando
not
com
so
essas
good for Cade
relações.
Academy.
O Salu buscou muito bem essa oportunidade no push, que eles tiveram que dar na última wave pra garantir o crash, então a gente vê como as coisas vão desdobrando, mas novamente a gente vê como esse Hex Flash saiu, porque o Telas tava muito bem preparado, teve também justamente essa trap do time, mas a gente vê que é no timing perfeito.
I mean, this part was just cyberbullying.
Por mais que ele tenha dado esse
Easy steps don't get
o
punished.
Telas tá conseguindo criar boas oportunidades e vendo muito bem esses ângulos que ele pode buscar jogadas.
Sim, mandou muito bem. Foi assim na bot lane.
And that's the problem with those early kills that came through from Skuro. Jin has a very good, nice laning build path. Lethality always feels really good because it scales so fast. Or not scales, but it has faster like early game impact. So
É o que eu tava falando, né?
Yeah.
Na segunda-feira ele também sofreu. O escuro maltratou o que ser, né?
I actually thought they were gonna show the Baron, not Baron, Grub play. Pardon me, Baron Pit play.
Que você tava chamando a jogada. Eles queriam engage porque o Sarulu tava perto. Só que eu acho que ele não contava que o
Because I think
Sarulu ia
the
tá ali também.
Grub play was actually way better for A7, like or more impactful for A7. The fact that they get 2 of those grubs despite losing the top side fight, despite losing Skuro. Their rotates are actually end up being faster too, and now they've got really nice lanes matchups that they're happy with.
E até com a nossa parceira Lágulas aqui acreditando que a gente vai ter mais um Silver
Oof, no Guma Kissy.
Toda a
It's too
galera
late.
mandando mensagem aqui na hashtag
This is so bad. Oh my. Okay. Oh no. So the initial lane assignment's already from A7 really good because Quats used his ult to the top side earlier. He wanted to stay in top lane, and Chiari is more than happy to get that matchup. So when Chiari TPs, he gets a good lane. Oh, hold up, Skuro. Did they just get the dive here? She knows tanking this so he can get the minion wave in. Yep. Scamber's tanking that really nicely. Do they have enough damage? They don't. It's just the one and done. Okay, still not good for Cade Stars Academy when it's all said and done. Like, they are chasing the ball right now. They fumbled the ball when they went for that topside play and didn't get the grubs. Because now the problem is that they have Chiari in the topside into Galio, which is like the best matchup that Mbessa could hope to get when Mbessa's been bullied by Shino so far, and also doesn't want to hold a 1v2. They had RD Gap matching the 1v2 with Kissy and Scamber in the mid lane, and Orianna is okay with that. She's already far ahead enough from the rooms from Quats that she just needs to try and wave clear. That's fine. She can do that. And then Skuro got to just pick up the whole wave bot with 0 opposition. Shino comes in and it's a 2v1, and Jax doesn't want that. Jax just wants the farm more even than Mbessa. Like, this dive is good. It's clean. Don't get me wrong, but from a strategic point of view, yeah, this is you're trying to recoup your losses with this dive. So if you go 1 for 0, you've barely broken even if you don't take into account Chiari getting free farm topside and plates. The moment that gets put into account, then you're kind of already behind the play. Despite all of this, you're still even in gold somehow.
Você vai ver que tá empatadinho, apesar da vantagem em abates que o time da Cade tem.
É, se a gente for até falar em termos de spike aqui,
Okay, because more kills, yeah. Thirdly got more kills, that's part of it. The gold gap opening mid lane's a little bit concerning. RD gap can blow this game wide open come mid game. Normally, the current Orianna builds always set him behind because Orianna is now a 2-item champion. She used to be able to spike on 1. She still can if you build like damage, like Ludens, instead of Rod of Ages or Serf's Embrace. But she now is more of a 2-spike champ, and RD Gap is ahead of curve. So yeah, I mean, it was risky, but again, they put it off, so I won't complain about that. But yeah, it was risky. It feels like Cade is just trying to they're using their hands to bridge the strategic gap that we're seeing come out a little bit. Which, to be fair to A7, feels a lot like how they played most of their splits so far. Like A7 doesn't feel like they have the best hands necessarily, but they do feel like they understand the game and are playing just fundamentally better. They're making better decisions usually. And then late game, their team fighting is a lot, like when they group up as 5 is a lot better. But their early game for A7, they've lost a lot of their early games in their laning. Yo.
Pode conceder e talvez esse seja o tempo necessário para conseguir sobreviver. Acho que ele
I don't know what's going on my internet, guys.
mais de frontline do que necessariamente aplicar.
It's been the last few weeks that we've been having some like buffering issues.
Que pode ser uma escolha consciente e as equipes já estão se deslocando para essa parte superior.
Okay. They saw vision on Kiari. They know Kiari's there.
Mas falta 1 minuto e 40 ainda. O Drake Hero veio porque todo o resto do time tava atrás dele. Sarolu saiu com o clone, saiu meio detonado.
Yeah, good control from A7.
Escapa com vida.
Really good control. They've got TP on already gap as well. Scamber's looking for the engage.
Contra o Kiari, Scamber puxou o reengage.
Oh, that was not good, guys.
Atrás do time da Alpha 7. Não conseguiu fazer a
Kissy chain of corruption came out way too early.
e vai resetar, tá tudo.
Like Telus got a 2-for-1 unbreakable will there.
A equipe da VKS gastou a
Okay, I don't know. Kate Academy look a little bit
ultimate do Telas. É importante esse ultimate do Telas.
like they haven't warmed up or something, you know?
A linha de frente da Alpha 7 fica mais
Like
fraca.
little mistakes keep adding up.
Pra essa próxima briga aqui.
Waste everything. Exactly. Yeah. Now they just gotta like sit back and the good news for them was that Herald hadn't spawned yet, so they don't lose Herald off that play. So I guess in a way you can treat it like a warm up, and it's okay if you just treat it as a warm up. But it's concerning that it feels like K-Stars are warming up in their first game. A7 are here like all cylinders, firing right from the get go.
A gente tá vendo aqui justamente as barricadas que a gente viu daquela primeira jogada, justamente ilustrando aqui que o Kiari conseguiu optar por farmar e isso saiu muito bem.
Se os ultimates, eu fui olhar o cooldown do ultimate, ele tá mais ou menos uns 15 segundos acima do timing dos objetivos. Então, se rushar o objetivo, a equipe da VKS tem a chance de brigar sem o ultimate, né, do oponente. Se não,
I guess that's why they're even in gold despite all that.
Aí o Telas vai estar de volta com esse recurso importantíssimo.
É, que acho que a equipe da Alpha 7 vai optar justamente em segurar o máximo que der e caso não seja possível segurar, acho que eles podem optar por uma luta pós.
Okay, Drag and Herald have spawned. Do we just see them handshake this?
A gente tá vendo a VKS aqui se deslocando pra parte superior, mas a equipe da Alpha 7 mesmo sem esse cooldown não quer arredar o pé.
Like it's kind of awkward because A7 want to fight, but they're also not quite at their power spike yet, so they have to be very respectful of the better team fighting abilities that Cade's draft has. Like it's just that there's more AoE on the Cade Star side, so.
Volta o ultimate do Telas aí, que era tão importante pra luta da Alpha 7. Tomaram um poke legal ali.
Yeah, Quats is going AP. That'll be good poke.
Os ventos da guerra junto com o tiro perfurante do QC ali deram aquela cobrada, flechada perfurante agora.
I think Herald is more impactful for both these teams. Well, more for A7, so I think Cade want to deny it away from A7.
Não se preocupa porque eles têm visão nas costas da Alpha 7. Então eles sabem que a Alpha 7 tá querendo uma gracinha.
Okay. They trade outs. That's actually good. I think if you're VKS, you're okay with this. You've got other AoE spells, so Chain of Corruption value is lower. But getting Unbreakable off Telas means he's very killable. Bro, this posturing for Herald feels almost like Baron, bro.
Pode ser pouco complicado e a VKS já opta justamente nesse objetivo.
Nice. Artigap's dead. Artigap gets out. No shot. Oh, that's going to come back and bite them. Shockwave got used and I don't see much impact. Where? Who got hit by Shockwave? Oh, huge Cyclone. Bro, the quads? Nice dodge. Wait, this is really bad from A7. They overextended. Do they have enough? Kiari's breaking ankles! Bro, A7 outplayed! I can't believe this. Oh, that is giga huge for A7. Let's go. Wait, like A7 actually just brute forced that fight. The second half of that fight was really rough and dangerous. The amount of setup to make this play is crazy. Jin, what? Was it actually going to? Nice, let's go. Yeah, Skuro was on the tear. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. That'd be funny. Whenever Jins get quadras, that's funny.
qualquer momento que eles quiserem.
I didn't hear the counting the Portuguese caster usually give.
Bem devagar por parte da equipe do Alpha 7, porque eles tomaram todo aquele engage no começo da luta, a gente viu como foi muito complicado, e a gente tá vendo justamente
Ooh, KC actually did a lot of damage. I wish they replayed that fight, but the problem is the drag's up, so there's another fight potentially breaking out here.
No segundo teve o
As
terceiro
well.
tempo de luta, mas depois que a VKS gasta esses cooldown chaves, a entrada heróica do Galio e também o ciclone do Kong, é aí que a equipe da Alpha 7 tem a maior liberdade pra conseguir avançar um pouco mais. E essa saída titânica, essa aí a gente tava perguntando se não ia tancar,
Tancou
ele
legal,
segurou muito tempo.
Tancou legal, valeu já os dividendos. Drake Hero, inclusive, já solta um arauto aqui na parte de baixo do mapa. Eles vão tentando alvejar e derrubar essa T1 por aqui. E assim, Quats tem que correr.
Acelerou muito o jogo, meu amigo. O time da Alpha 7 vem atacando pela parte
Okay.
do mapa. Eles perdem
Shouldn't
a
just
torre do
push the
topo,
top. They still get first plate.
eles
Or first
garantem
brick.
essa torre com a ajuda do Arauto. A galera da VKS começa a se posicionar para poder defender e a Alpha 7 meio que abandona
Kate Star's
essa
Academy,
posição,
Kate
pode se
Star's
direcionar pra
Academy's
outra
recovery
É, eles preferem dar.
was quite
essa
swift. Despite the fact they lost their fight, they're bouncing back pretty
para o
fast.
dragão, né? Eu achei até que eles podiam pegar um arauto e rodar com ele rápido.
But look at the vision control from A7. It is phenomenal.
O dragão faz mais sentido porque eles pegaram primeiro. Porém, tem teleporte caindo por aqui. É o Jax do
Like now it's getting cleared, but they knew this was possible.
Saulo faz o engage pra cima do Chiari.
Carry's trying to buy time. I don't know if it's enough. I think they were too hasty starting it up. I like the setup. The setup was really good, but where people were, kind of low-key trolled a bit. Oh, huge shockwave from Artiga.
De mais duas eliminações e agora a Alpha
Oh
7
my goodness.
vem pra caçar o time
Oh!
da Cade. Pega dragão,
Yep.
pega bate, encontra o Quats por aqui que não sai e é um
Yeah,
massacre.
this one I think is a GG angle for game one. I think A7 just massively outplayed back-to-back fights, and that's a big enough lead. Between teams is good. I think that's just
A equipe da VKS vai
like that needs,
ficando pra
yeah,
trás.
all you need to win
E
this.
assim, eles compraram essa briga. Eles compraram.
The problem with this fight to me was the positioning of where everybody was. Unfortunately, they only start with Drake Hero and Chiari on Dragon, so it's a two-people Dragon, which is kind of slow. They're taking damage, and Skuru and Skuru and Telas were doing mid-wave, so they weren't ready for the collapse from Cade. And to a certain extent, they knew it was coming too. They actually had wards in River that were being cleared.
E aí o Chiari
So you can see by the time Skuru already gap, they kind of get into it. It's already a 4v5. But they just managed to make this work. That's the crazy part, is that shockwave from Artie Gap was, oh, chef's kiss. Right there. That shockwave. And we saw this combo a couple of times now where it's like,
Pra mim, o que acabou ganhando essa luta foi justamente
it's that sort of combo where we see the shockwave pull them in for damage, and then the Shinja out goes across to like, hit as many targets as they can. So it's more like about burst than actually about dispersal. But yeah, Giga huge.
Eles não param de fazer esse avanço, e é de novo o mesmo cara aqui, o Delas vem fazendo aquilo, cara.
It's not exciting as the first fight, but unfortunately we don't get a replay on the first fight because they just don't have time to go back.
Eles conseguiram aquele dragão como a gente começou.
Which is the right call for the observers. This game is, yeah.
Alpha 7, quando pega uma vantagem assim, é difícil deles largarem o posicionamento.
Sim, na nossa série de segunda, meio que a temática foi ou a VKS estompa, ou o jogo fica truncado e a Alpha 7 do meio pra frente desgarra e acaba trazendo a vitória pro lado deles. Desse jogo,
Like Kate can still slow this game down. As long as Shino can still split push, they can slow it down. But A7, I like what they've been trying to do in terms of trying to pressure. Again, the Dragon was a little bit sus the way they started it, but they got away with it and then they're fine.
No seu terceiro item, que é os 21 minutos, então a gente vê que esse Jin vai acelerar. É campeão que
Yeah,
sabe que
they
não
will not
vai
get away with the same thing at
posição, mas
Atakan though.
voltando
So
próximos dois
Atakan actually needs proper setup.
o escuro realmente indo pra cima com tudo.
Oh, Chiari gets caught.
De novo Chiari, ali os ultimates, tenta escapar, 725 dashes. Por enquanto,
Oh no, shot that hit!
do outro lado.
Dude, unlucky. The chains of corruption. Oh well.
Trave garante o abate.
I mean, really well placed from Kissy if that was intentional. But damn, I did not think it reached.
shot fácil ele erra, as difíceis que ele acerta.
Só acerta no predict.
Porque a outra era mole dele acertar, essa daí era quase impossível e ele acertou.
Mas aí eu acho que é muito uma dinâmica de jogador.
Vai ver.
Acertar o
Yeah,
time,
they predicted the distance, I
às
guess,
vezes
that
a
they would
própria pressão
potentially
tá
reach.
acontecendo, mas apesar dele ficar atrás, a gente viu como ele consegue encaixar muito bem. E de
Hum.
novo o Chiari tomando essa iniciação, e a gente vê que às vezes é muito recorrente isso da equipe da Alpha 7, o Chiari estender demais esse tempo na side, mas essa ultimate vindo com o
Even as the
Chiari,
headbutt came through.
flechou, garante o
I wonder if Chiari saw it coming. Like, whether Chiari might just not have seen the particles and all the action, and he's trying to run away.
pouco menos de 2 minutos, que pode pode ser aqui o que garanta ponto de alma pra equipe da Alpha 7, então é mais uma preocupação pra equipe da VKS.
O problema pra VKS é que esse abate
Yeah.
não resultou em nada.
Despite that, though, K-Stars Academy can't really go for Octagon because they're behind. Even in a 5v4 situation, there's still a chance they lose. It kind of happened to Dragon. I think Kate are just in like damage control mode right now. They're just trying to farm up and stop A7 from taking anything right now. Because they don't really have good vision control. This is very like they just want to see Octagon being started up because they know they've got to fight for it. But other than that, their vision control down here is quite weak. So it's hard for them to actually walk up into the area. They can only do it if A7 start this up. Buffering issues, I hate this.
Tem quase 2.000 de vantagem do escuro pro Sarulu.
É bem complicado de lidar com essa situação toda aqui. O Randall Gap também tá
I think now A7 have enough set up that they could do Octagon if they want. But they're probably going to wait till they see somebody from K like out of position before they do it. Are they? Oh, are they just turning on this? I mean, they know Scamber's here. Now they see Sarulu. They see Quats. They have no eyes on Kissy and Shino. Like, I don't think they saw Kissy base. But I think that was enough for them to pull the trigger. Oh, I don't like this. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Guarantee take. Nice, clean. And they're healthy. Current call was just being used to slow them down. Ooh, nice dodge from Quats. And they're just buying time for Shino now. Now it's the turnaround where they just try and hold them. Sarulu's use of the Wukong clone has been very good this game. He was good with it last year, but this year his Wukong felt a bit more like normal. Not broken. We're TPing Quats into the mid lane here. Okay. Celestial is unbreakable. Oh, that hook. Okay. This is huge. Oh my goodness. Cade Stars. You crazy beasts. Sarulu is nuts, bro! He just ran through the entire team and somehow survived. Okay. Shino's out of mana. He's dead. No, that engage from Cade was really good. But A7 just keep outfighting. I did not have A7 down as a hands team. But they're proving me wrong in game 1. They're out handsing. Oh. Telas.
E a equipe da VKS não consegue bater de frente, o que ainda pega mais abate por ali.
Telas went chasing and he got punished for it. If he just didn't die, I think A7 was actually looking at Baron. They were pinging it. They were running for it.
Mas eles não conseguem converter todo o dano que eles precisam. Falta alguma coisa. E nisso que falta alguma coisa para a equipe da Alpha 7.
Kissy again with the attempted steal.
Para todos esses jogadores, eles aguentam, seguram.
Yeah, this game's been pretty good actually. Like Kate is firing back even when they're down. They keep getting like this is a great call because they knew Kiari wasn't there. So they were trying to kill somebody right from the get-go. The problem is I think they couldn't kill somebody fast enough. And the fact that Sarulu got out at first was already super illegal. Bro just ran through the entire enemy team causing chaos the entire way. If they just had a bit more damage, they could have done it. But they don't. Classic, enable classic. Okay. Yes, sir. I will go find classic. Give me a sec.
Mas eu sinto que se o Chino não conseguir bom flanco pra chegar no escuro no random gap, vai ser muito difícil pra Cade.
De frente é muito difícil, né? Porque o Telas tá bem atento ali pra fazer esse jogo de
There we go. Classic should be enabled now.
Tá numa
With the capital C, though.
partida até aqui com esse Alistar. E o Chino não tá exatamente dominante com esse Jax, não.
E a gente vai vendo agora que a VKS quer puxar um pouco dos trilhos do jogo,
There we go.
Porque inicia esse barão aqui, pode ser bem arriscado, mas eu acho que eles querem a briga.
É barão arriscado.
Wait, is this the Hail Mary? No, Cade's baiting. Nice. Good vision toggle.
Na escondida, na surdina, o time da Cade talvez continuasse, mas assim, sabendo que o adversário tá vindo, não tem como. Meu Deus,
How bad is it right now?
Cara com o time inteiro da Alpha 7.
Okay.
olhando pro perigo ali, mas eu acho que o grande ponto
Technically
é
still
que
playable
ele
for
pode
Cade and
escolher
for at least one more
forçar
fight.
essa movimentação era
It's just
justamente
getting
pegar e sair
really
um pouco
tough.
da rota lateral, aplicar um pouco de pressão
Again, I
no
think the
mapa
start of that
pra
dragon
conseguir
fight
ter
was
push por todas
pretty
as
good
frentes.
for
Então, acho que a
Cade.
intenção
5v4?
acabou sendo essa.
Vamos ver agora o reposicionamento dos jogadores. A galera da Alpha 7 faz aí um reset, eles estão voltando. Estão vindo para a parte inferior do mapa para tentar fazer a contenção, não deixar o Chino avançar. Em questão de objetivos,
If Quats was on a carry, I actually think I would still think it's very playable for Cade Academy. But as it stands right now, I think it should have been GG A7. The fact that it's even still looking playable, I think, speaks a lot to how good this Academy squad is. Okay, there's the collapse. Sarulu's dead. No, we're not killing Sarulu.
Aquela velocidade de movimentação extra, só que o Sarulu ficou meio que exposto. Sarulu tá atrás das linhas inimigas, bicho. Tá tentando se esconder, o Chiari vem atrás
Bruh,
dele.
Sarulu is seriously causing so much chaos. It's crazy.
Achou o Sarulu. Tem um clone por ali, o Chiari vai perseguir.
But surely he
O
dies
Chino
here.
tá empurrando. A galera do Alpha 7 vai cercando o Sarulu. Encontram ele por aqui. Ele vai tentar ser executado.
No freaking way. Sarulu actually gets away. Yo, what on earth, man? Sarulu, the escape artist, Houdini. And now he's looking for the turnaround. This is a bad fight, though. I think Cade needs to just get out. They screwed the engage. Sarulu couldn't find it. Oh, they're dead. Yeah, they got caught. The current call is too good. What? No way. Yep, there we go. They lost the hit by pulverize combo. Nice. Flash hit by pulverize. Yeah, A7's just playing insanely well. This is probably the best I've seen them play. Maybe this is the week 1 magic that I missed. Oh, was it round 3 magic that I missed from A7? Because, yeah. Even the last time they played K-Stars Academy, A7's hands didn't look this good. Like, it looked like the decision making was really good the last time, but not their hands. This time, I think Cade Academy is playing like up to par, and A7 are just playing better. Yeah, Scamber dies for the quad. Oh, nice dodge and shockwave. Doesn't matter. Okay, this should be the wipe.
Sarulu é salvo pelo Quats 2 vezes na mesma jogada, mas a equipe da Alpha 7 de novo sai triunfante, de novo vai conseguindo expandir o jogo, expandir os seus territórios e chegar mais perto desse 1-0. Já estou posicionado aqui dentro da base, derrubaram a torre e o inibidor vem na sequência. O time da Cade vai nascer o que ser só daqui a 20 segundos. Sarulu se posiciona, tentando cortar a fuga do adversário.
Okay, this is the Hail Mary coming through. Flank from Quats. I mean, Quats split the fight. Is it enough? They're taking out Chiari. Oh. They don't have Kissy, though. I mean, Chino's doing work, but he's melee. Yeah. Honestly, nice try from Cade. I think Cade played well this game. A7 just played way better. Like, every single fight, you could see against a weaker team, I think Cade would have rolled them. And I think that, if anything, makes it really tough. Like back to back, was it 4, 5, 6 fights in a row? Cade just falls short by a little bit. Those are some of the toughest ones. Really well played from A7. Holy. That's really nice. Telas getting his revenge, man. Hey, there's still people in there. Nice, let's go. And A7 fans didn't even have a flag. Oh, yeah. For me, MVP this game was Skuro, though. I think Skuro played very well in the gym. His positioning was spot on.
De uma forma nova, né? A gente viu o escuro brilhando, isso a gente já tinha visto, mas o que a gente não tinha visto é essa Alpha 7 mais incisiva, mais decisiva.
Quite impressed with Skuro that game. On the Jhin too. Wait, I want to go back to the Baron fight though. Well, he didn't just clean fights. Like I think he also not just clean fights, but actually like controlled a lot of the fights, did a lot of damage. We'll see his post game damage numbers after. I'm pretty sure they should be decently high, but I think this was the fight which I was really impressed by, which we didn't get to see. It was not Baron and Herald, I guess.
Com esse domínio do Rio e a VKS meio que não dá cara, meio que não se preocupa porque eles têm visão nas costas da Alpha 7. Então eles sabem que a Alpha 7 tá querendo uma gracinha.
Saiu o ultimate do QC pro um lado e pro outro. O Chino vem fechando e a Ambessa não chegou, hein? Chiari vai ter que vir no teleporte se eles quiserem essa briga.
É, consertando um pouco sem mancada e a VKS já opta justamente nesse objetivo.
Bateu pra cima, o Drake Hero usou o flash, mas acharam aqui.
Yeah, I think this was the one, sorry.
Complicado e a VKS já opta justamente nesse objetivo.
Bateu pra cima, o Drake Hero usou o flash.
Yeah, this fight starts so split for A7. And again, Cade actually, they're really good. Like, all their engages I thought from Cade were really good. Chiari's up top, and they had vision on him on the wave, plus all the wards, so they knew this was a 4v5 to start. They get the catch on Artie Gap. And the shockwave is not even that impactful. Like, I didn't even see it go off in the fight earlier. During the fight, I was like, I don't know where the shockwave went. But it felt very not impactful because the redemption right after healed Kissy back to full. So it felt like nothing landed. But this is why I'm impressed with Skuro, because Skuro is just pumping out damage with Drake Hero frontlining. Oh, I don't know why I just skipped that. Yeah, and the way they just split and bought so much space was crazy. Actually, maybe it should be Drake Hero, actually, I'm MVPing. Because he buys time at the start of almost every single fight. And then you compare, okay, so compare A7 to VKS here, right? Like, Cade screwed the initial engage. They know they didn't find any kills. And then the call is very mixed. Quats wants in, Sarolu wants in. Shino is not sure, and Kissy is just not able to do anything. I'm not even blaming Kissy, because if you get any closer, you die, right? But like, A7 just very, very good at taking advantage of this. I do think there was some desync from Cade a little bit, especially in these early on fights. The engages were always really good, but it did feel like they were warming up. Like, they weren't quite there. And then the re-engage, I think, was... Again, I like the re-engage, actually. Like, the burst is really good, but A7 just outhands this. Chiari, living on a hope and a prayer, ends up getting away. Like, what? And because Cade committed so much to that, Skuro and Artie Gap just gonna run the back of the fight. It's so insane. Genuinely so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, damage numbers. Yeah, see what I mean? This is why my first instinct was MVP Skuro. Because Skuro was the one pumping out damage in these fights. More than Artie Gap, more than Chiari. Like, he was just quietly just pumping. And Chiari's number, sorry, not Chiari's, Kissy's numbers are higher, but Kissy's a poke champion. Like, you can see in the fights themselves, Kissy's doing a lot of damage though, because he's ranged compared to Sarolu and Shino, who are getting burst out early. But he is fundamentally a poke champion. Skuro is not. So, yeah, quite impressed by Skuro. I think the Jin in this game really, really well.
Pois é. E até olhando um pouquinho aí pros números dessa tela, a gente vê como foi o trabalho de dano aí de ambos os AD Carries, né? A gente começou o dia falando...
Yeah, but we also saw, like, why I gave A7 a higher score for composition this game. I just think their comp has a lot of answers. You can see the disruption that, like, Tilas and Drake Hero put out in every single fight. Like, they just keep breaking up the fight, and so Shino can't get in there. And because they didn't have, like, an on-hit Varus, they went with the lethality Varus as well. Kissy's ability to do damage is quite limited. So it kind of goes in cycles for Cade Stars Academy. If Shino can't stay in there, then it cycles. And look, again, every time Shino goes in, disruption is coming out. From Drake Hero, from Telas, constantly. And then they just trust that Skuro and Chiari can clean house. I mean, Artie Gap also cleans house, but Artie Gap's job is not actually to do this sort of damage. He's more about shockwaves. Oh man. They look at the cycling. Telas goes in, Unbreakable. When that's done, Drake Hero goes in, Crescent Guard. Then, or vice versa, right? Drake Hero goes in first, Crescent Guard, Telas goes in, Unbreakable. They keep trading off the damage really well. Where was this A7 all split long? Hot damn. Again, great engage. We talked about this one. They knew Chiari was not in the area. Yeah. And individually, I think Sarolu played really, really well. I think Kissy played fine. Like, Kissy did a perfectly serviceable job on Varus. Like, was he a carry? No. But he was fine.
vencedor.
Shino did well in lane, but in his team fights he was
Alpha
struggling,
7,
mate.
eles deixaram a escolha de realizar pra last pick, então foi um counter pick em cima das escolhas da composição toda, no caso da Vivo Cage, né?
I guess without a secondary threat. Yeah, okay, you had your one game of Quats on Galio. I think it's time to start putting Quats on carries. This series demands more carries from K-Stars. Like Asol, Vladimir. If his Azir gets permaban, which I suspect we're gonna see.
Cálculo até o final do ano que vem eu tô devendo 100 mil mais ou menos. Eu estou negativado no Serasa. Estou com o objetivo de sanar isso.
Wait, what did he say? That had that what reaction?
Vou conseguir ter um dinheiro ali.
Let's see the translator picks it up.
Aí o que? Eu recebi, tipo, meu salário agora. Falei, não, vou pagar uma parte da dívida. Paguei, tipo assim, uma parte sim. Aí eu fui olhar o valor. Falei, 7 mil. Falei, não era 2 mil. Aí eu descobri como a taxa de juros é por mês. Que eu não tinha visto isso. Então, tipo assim, pelos meus cálculos, até o final do ano que vem eu tô devendo 100 mil mais ou menos. Eu estou negativado no Serasa.
Okay, I'm guessing he made some very strange investment choices. He's in debt, bro. That's rough. Oh, they're doing actual interviews.
Eu, tipo, acordei belo dia, né? Nossa, parece aquela história de pescador. Acordei belo dia, tipo...
Oh no, it's still the investment thing.
Eu tava, tipo,
I guess if he's in debt, like, yeah, this actually
Será que se a gente se importa, se a gente
is good to help him out.
aplicativo e ver se tem alguma informação, de repente a gente consegue resolver alguma coisa
Posso
agora?
tentar.
Então, se você tem um
That's
dinheiro
cool.
para pagar pelo menos dessa instituição financeira à vista de uma vez,
If they can actually help the players and it's not just like an ad, I am very, very
pra
down
você
for that sort of thing.
não se enrolar em dívida de novo, o que eu te digo é,
Yeah.
faça o mapeamento por categoria dos últimos 3
Yeah.
meses.
I will say, we saw Kissy play a lot of Varus in the beginning of the split,
Pra você colocar meta,
and I didn't like it then.
tá? Fazer
I'm
a
still not a fan of it now. I think he's actually much better on other champions. Jakiro went through a rough patch. He lost his mom at the start of his career. Oh,
essas situações. Eu vou comprar uma casa em algum momento.
did not know
Não,
that.
não,
I feel like there's
não
quite a
só
few.
um carro, uma
I mean,
moto, tudo isso.
Jean Mago
Então,
had
agora a
something
gente conseguiu
like that
resolver
too.
com uma instituição financeira. A outra a gente vai ter mais bate-papos, que eu vou te acompanhar e a gente vai ter
Yeah.
nossas conversas e até você finalizar essa situação e seguir.
I actually feel for Drake Hero. I did think Drake. I still think Drake Hero is a good jungler.
Continuidade que a gente vai ter para resolver 100% e só vou
Yeah, if
dar
anything, I think the whole
tudo
Liberty
que a
thing
emergência fez.
kind of screwed him a little bit. I don't blame Liberty for that. Again, Liberty got caught
É um prazer te ajudar.
in a bad position by the whole merger. So, like, I think they actually did try and do things for their players, but
Foi bem legal conhecer tanto a B3, o museu, quanto aprender um pouco mais sobre a bolsa de valores.
I wonder if this company V3, like, do they? Is there like some sort of? Do they sponsor part of the prize or something? Like free,
Ser melhor,
free investment management for a year or something like that?
É isso, muito obrigado que acompanhou a jornada. Valeu!
Oh, Yonase has capitalization stuff.
Ah, tá. O ponto especificou qual?
I think it's a capital Y.
Então a B3 ajudando o nosso craque Drake Hero a solucionar aí as suas questões financeiras. Quem é que não queria uma ajudinha dessa, né? Nossa, estamos precisados, né? Nós dois.
Acho que ajudaria a gente, porque
Não vamos nem entrar nessa discussão, não. Vamos falar do side? Vamos falar do side? Pra esse
Yeah.
jogo de número
Actually, I don't know why it's not showing on the
do
chat overlay.
azul. Ou seja,
That's interesting.
permanecem no mesmo lado onde eles começaram a série. E eu acho isso bem curioso, levando em consideração que a Alpha 7 conseguiu neutralizar totalmente as escolhas que a Kate fez no draft, mas permanece desse lado azul como o professor.
Hold on, let
tinha
me see why
comentado.
this is not working. I
Agora
think
vão continuar fazendo essa
animate
escolha e
true,
priorizando
stroke
esse
shadow,
first pick.
caps, high
Talvez na
special.
visão deles essa questão do lado
Yeah, I don't know why.
seja o grande problema. Acho que talvez seja justamente a questão
Like it's showing in the Twitch chat, I can see
acho
it,
que a
but
maneira que eles modularam o draft, acho que tem muitas situações que
yeah,
você
like
entra no
the
jogo, que você acaba vendo, o draft
Let me try
não ficou
something.
bom, acho que não executamos
the
bem,
monk
então
work.
acho que essa pode
No,
ser
it's
uma
not
questão que
working.
a
What is
tem
going
acertado
on?
no primeiro jogo, mas se der uma derrota no segundo, aí acho que vai ter que mudar o lado, mas ainda assim tem jogo pela frente, então ainda é um pouco difícil prever, mas
Bruh.
pelo que tudo indica, a VKS não tá com medo da Alpha 7.
It worked yesterday.
Pois é, Gruntar, Colossus, e vocês? Qual foi a leitura de vocês dois?
I don't know what's going on, man.
Kate Stars do lado azul do mapa.
Friggin'. Oh, Vivo chose blue? Or Kate chose blue?
Pelo mundo estão preferindo jogar do lado azul, né,
Sim.
Colossus? Mas
Pra mim, assim, eu vejo o time ganhando do lado azul, o time ganhando do lado vermelho. Eu gosto muito do lado vermelho, você ter a primeira volta com 2 campeões, que normalmente são muito fortes, e você ter o last pick lá no final. pra mim,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
o azul, a galera tem valorizado muito esse first pick mesmo, cara.
I know way more about League than I do about this BTTV thing, which isn't working for me half the time.
Vai passar pro lado vermelho quando for, tipo, aquele último jogo de série que você... Ou potencial último jogo de série, né?
There's apparently Monka S and Monka W,
Já não
but...
deu certo o lado azul, só aí é que você vai pro lado vermelho.
Okay.
Apesar do draft...
Yeah, that's... Okay, wait, sorry, I didn't turn on Monka W yet. My bad. Give me a sec.
Catapultaram o time da Alpha 7 pra essa vitória, Colossus. Eu não acho
Oh,
que
I
eles
hear
são
draft
uma
music.
posição, assim, super
There we go.
dominante,
Não,
See, isn't that weird? Monka S is showing up in the chat, but Monka W
A gente
isn't.
falou na segunda-feira que eu acredito que continua valendo pra
Yeah, I don't know why
de hoje, que
that's the
é time
case
com
with this thing,
ferramentas, né?
but...
Com
Okay,
possibilidades
well,
de
we'll deal with that
jogo.
again after this game.
Acho que essa composição que a Alpha 7 acabou armando tava
Okay.
muita ferramenta. Tinha ferramenta
So
de
Cade has
early game,
opted for
tinha ferramenta
blue
pra
side
cara, tinha
again,
ferramenta de early game. Eles tinham
and they're still banning Yunara.
todos
So
os
I'm really
recursos
curious
pra
what on
eles.
earth...
Podiam ganhar essa partida de diversas formas distintas.
The
Como
cat,
eles começaram na frente, isso deu uma discrepância muito grande pra eles, já que o QC não conseguiu encaixar esse Varus. Se o Varus tivesse encaixado, talvez fosse tudo diferente aí nesse.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I'll just enable
Vamos lá,
both
vamos
and
lá,
then...
já tá na sua tela
do
os
it.
Pixie Bans,
Okay.
você tá conferindo o Cade, como a gente comentou.
Annie
com o
ban
azul.
to come through,
Eles
replacing
fizeram a moção
Aurora.
do
So they're
ban,
first picking
eles
Aurora for
fizeram a
quads?
IN, enquanto a
I
galera
don't
da Alpha
hate it. I think quads is a good Aurora.
tirou o Rumble e tem que fazer o último banimento agora.
Do they open Skarner
Foi o
then?
banimento deles anteriormente.
No.
É agora de novo.
So then Aurora
Como
first pick
tiveram, né?
BKS. That's simple.
Ganharam, não tem por que mudar nessa prioridade dos banimentos.
Professor, veio pra fazer first pick, o que vamos pegar aqui?
Yeah, I think Cade Star's drafting is very straightforward. That's not a bad thing. Like they're making it very obvious what they want because they're not worried about anything else. And to be fair for A7, there's no more Orianna Shinjao combo, so team fighting actually is now pretty strong. So I'm curious if A7 just decide to go into full team fight because Aurora's not really a great team fighter. Oh, and I need to change the stream name. Game 2. Ooh, okay. Yep. Rise is sort of the handshake answer right now to Aurora. Survive early. J4 without Rumble or Orianna feels very incomplete. Like he's not bad. I just like those some of his biggest combos are out. I wonder if we see a misfortune come through then.
Eu não gosto muito quando cara como
Hmm.
Quats, que carrega pra caramba, vem de galho.
Oh.
O galho dele eu achei que não encaixou tão bem assim. E aí o time da Alpha 7 levou aquela vantagem. Agora temos
Oh, Cater going big.
Mais pique
They might go home.
de prioridade pro Chino dessa
This is very risky, I feel like.
É.
Like they're trying to make sure that they can absolutely burst their front line, but this means very little team fight power coming through from Cade Stars. And again, A7 can just go full team fight.
Parecia o Snape, agora ele tá com a faixinha.
Yeah.
Agora ele tá com a faixinha que tá
I like the Nar. Nar has some interesting combos with J4.
Do Snape pro Snake.
Also into Gwen, you've got the range versus melee advantage, so
Tá fechado já,
Fechado
Lucas,
não.
tá fechado já. E a gente vê agora que a equipe da Alpha 7 vai fazer
Good
só
solid
alguns
choices.
movimentos aqui, provavelmente priorizando
Asian engage
dar
stuff and
esse
still
matchup
tough.
pra suporte,
For
poder
Cade or for
jogar
A7?
alguns
I assume you mean for
seja
Cade,
fazer dois banimentos
because they don't
no
have
suporte,
engage right
pode
now.
ser que seja minadas as opções deles de counter pick também. Acho que também pode algo de pressão.
And if they're feeling really spicy, honestly, they could go with something like Ezreal Karma. They don't need to engage for Cade.
Poderia ser uma escolha pra própria Alpha
And
7.
frankly, at this point, I feel like if you go engage support, you're kind of playing into A7 a little bit. Because A7 wants a team fight. This comp does not.
Aí então, vamos ver qual vai
Like, I'm
ser
trying to think,
o
what
momento.
could you pick here that would make this a team fight composition?
Já tem a parte do
Definitely not
Vegas
Corki.
selecionada, é mais ou menos a mesma
I,
coisa
if I was A7, I want them to pick Corki here.
Real, foi
Corki
o
with this comp? They have a lot of single target bursts, but the range is so short and you're playing directly into what A7 want. A7 want you to fight them in short range.
Passada, né? O Ezreal também apareceu, foi
Now
a
Cade's
própria
banning
Alpha
it as well?
7
Okay,
usou o Ezreal,
I...
então, você pode ver como é que os dois times estão estudados, né? Como eles tiveram uma série muito recentemente, uma série
Senna
muito
makes more sense to me.
disputada, dá pra ver
But
como é que
why
a gente
Corki ban and why
quero
why
jogar
is Cade banning Ezreal?
e meio que tá nessa direção mesmo. Estamos agora no jogo 7 com
A7 get first pick?
banimentos
Hey,
já
Lunar.
direcionados
Sure, I get that they get first pick,
grande
but
prioridade
I just feel like giving more options, like having the Ezreal potentially up as an option is better.
Mas hoje a gente não vai ter isso. Se vê que foi banido no jogo passado, agora vai aparecer pro escuro.
É, mas aqui abrindo você jogando com essa Sivir aqui pode abrir a opção de Jinx também.
Ezreal is obviously prio.
Então, é uma opção que pode ser uma ótima escolha.
I don't know, for A7 I don't think Ezreal is prio is the problem. Oh, no shot. Okay, I don't hate a Jinx here. I just don't think it will salvage the composition. If anything, for A7, I'd actually have preferred the MF over Ezreal here. I think MF would have a higher prior than Ezreal. Silver's good too. I think Silver's a perfectly good pick for A7. Going Misfortune Rel on Cade?
Pois
Oh my
é,
God.
né? Eles vão querer jogar em cima da composição adversária, que vai demorar pouquinho para crescer com
I
Ryze,
don't.
com Sivir.
Yeah,
É
just
uma
Braum
composição
here.
que
You don't need any
demora
more
pra chegar no
engage.
jogo, demora pra ter dano.
Oh, sorry,
Galera
forgot to
da
screenshot that. Give me a quick
jogar
second.
em cima da composição adversária, que vai demorar pouquinho para crescer com Ryze, com Sivir. É uma composição que demora para chegar no jogo, demora.
Freaking. Sorry, my screen thing didn't take the screenshot. There we go.
Pra ter dano.
A equipe da Alpha 7 tem pouquinho mais de jogo do meio pra frente, né? O jogo deles no começo é o Jarvan.
MF goes into the dunk tank of
e o
Doom
push
from
da
J4.
Sivir.
Yes.
Isso,
That's why. Okay, I
tá
don't
vendo aí,
understand the
controle
K draft in this
forma
situation. I feel like I'm
se
missing
ele
critical
consiga,
information.
ter controle interessante
Like,
da
I really don't like it
superior do mapa.
right
Mas
now.
aí o papo todo
Like, I'm kind of looking at this
sobre
going, why?
se a
Why
Alpha
did we
7
do
vai
this?
chegar
Like, there's not great synergy here.
da VKS.
And the Misfortune's only setup is Rel. So ironically, you're kind of looking for the J4 setup for the Misfortune. You're looking for the Cataclysm and hoping it locks down some critical targets. It's not. K-Stars is win by 15 or lose big. Which is funny because Aurora and Gwen actually scale really well, and so does Trundle. They have skilling. It's just that literally the composition can't play into the A7 composition. I don't know. I don't get it. And if we're talking about win by 15, okay, Aurora gets early prio. Gwen doesn't beat Gnar early. And Misfortune Rel, I feel like can't do anything to Sivir Braum. Like you might be able to pry, you might be able to outtrade a little bit, but I'm gonna be honest, with the spell shield, you're not kicking Sivir out of lane.
Tem alcance, mas é alcancezinho, não é grande.
There's so much she can soak to regen.
Aurora e MF,
When they win game, I guess, yeah.
todo mundo melee, pô. Então,
I mean, sure, they're split push, or they are 1v1s and 2v2s later on. No, just the 1v1s actually are stronger. But then why Misfortune? If that's the case and you're looking for win lane win game, why Misfortune? Like when they were hovering Jinx, like I can at least understand the Jinx more than the Misfortune. The Misfortune just feels really weird to me. I don't know. It feels like they did the first 3 picks, saw I was coming from the other side, and realized that we were screwed. And we just do not have a bot lane that can fix this draft right now. I could be wrong. There might be something they have prepared. I just don't see it. Misfortune can out to wave clear. Well, Jinx can wave clear without ulting. That's why maybe you should have left Ezreal open, and then you could have used Sivir to wave clear. If they pick Ezreal, you pick Sivir. But I don't even think Ezreal is the high prio for A7 here. Like, I think the hyper carries are way better for A7. I think the Misfortune would have been way better for A7, since they're the one with all the AoE CC set up. Yeah, might as well say Yasuo then, Lunar. Pick a Yasuo bot lane, why not? Okay, yeah. So, sorry, I didn't actually score the drafts. I think Cade have a bad draft. I'll give them a 1.5. I was gonna give them a 2 because these are still all individually strong picks. But playing into this, I don't think it's playable. I think this is pretty much a Thanos draft. 5. I actually think A7's drop should not be losable if they don't. If they don't throw, I don't think A7 can lose. Actually, Jinx does have a self-root on ult. She has to stand still while she's channeling the ult. Charging up the ult, I guess.
A gente tá vendo que a equipe da VKS tá priorizando muito entender o que tá acontecendo, pelo menos nesse primeiro path. Então, mostra que eles estão respeitando muito a possibilidade e a versatilidade do Drake Hero de não ficar preso a justamente buscar a sua path
That was weird.
de full clear.
Yeah.
Em todo canto, na parte de baixo.
Okay, I'm glad Shino at least went Flash and not Ignite. I'm not liking all the Gwens I'm seeing run Ignite in lanes that they are not going to win.
Aqui o Scamber faz engage.
Like, how many times have we seen them die with the Ignite up and no shot of winning? If you have A7, a C9 out of 100? No. A C9 out of 100 is like a 0.
A troca vai ficando mais parelha lá na parte de cima, né? As poções vão começando a ticar.
Yeah, like I said, I generally don't think A7's comps should be losable if they don't like screw up pretty hard. They could literally lose 2 fights in the early or mid game, and I would not care with this comp. As long as you're not like getting wiped into Baron into Atakan sort of deal, like yeah, A7's gonna be fine. The skill on their comp is way stronger for team fighting specifically. Again, the split push feels like the only win chance for Arcade, but in the current meta, it's rare that a split push has enough effect to actually influence the game like that. Because it all comes down to objectives in team fights first. Wait, what do you mean exactly? A7 has a good draft. I don't want to give them a 0. Kate's the one who I'm having problems with their draft.
Não que para MF não seja. Não que para MF não seja. Mas
yeah, maybe Scamber gets some Mondo Magnet Storms, I guess. That's literally the only way I see this kind of working out for them. Kate has a lot of burst. Even then, with the Braum, technically. Like, I think Braum really screws the Kate Stars comp, too. He'll probably insta-kill Telas, to be fair, but... How does Shino have a wave up on Chiari? What the hell?
Se o Java manda
That's
esse
high key crazy.
que pela parede ia parecer super impactante, mas ele ia vir e só ia dar auto-ataque.
A Carla aí mandando aquele alô, quer se vingar junto com a Alpha 7, que perdeu na segunda-feira. Lembrando pra você que de casa que você pode participar aqui da nossa transmissão, #Circuito pra fazer que nem o
Brother Chiari, what are we doing?
Primeira vez assistindo lá dos Estados Unidos.
Ô louco, aí sim, Cerberus. Seja bem-vindo diretamente dos Estados Unidos. Torcida internacional tem aqui.
Why?
Welcome.
I know why. I just like Rise. I think he's a good champion. I just think his laning is boring to watch. But yeah, I don't hate him. I think I hate Chinchou more than I hate Rise. From a viewer perspective.
Caminhando a passos largos para ser de novo campeão.
Oh, W was limited today. May he rest in peace.
Tá jogando muito bem, fez uma primeira partida sensacional.
O Telas
he was having a pretty good split, no?
Papatítulo aí do T2. Ele foi diversas vezes campeão do
Was terrible? So he's good now then.
São 2 ou 3, eu tenho quase certeza que são 3 vezes que ele foi campeão.
I like his ult. I just wish that the way the rest of his kit worked would have more interactions with his ult. I like the idea of a mini team teleport. And we seem to have good combos with it too, specifically with... Wait, was it Nico? Yeah, Nico. Where like, they start charging the pop blossom, run in, up on the enemy team. Already got here.
Travou o Random Gap que tenta usar o flash, mas
Ooh, Quatch breaking ankles. That's what I'm talking about. Give Quatch a carry, man. Broken carry, not that Galio support utility facilitator crap.
E é uma cobrança que é ótima, porque é uma cobrança, é um abate que ainda consome um flash do inimigo. Então começou
That ain't a faker,
bem
he's a
a equipe
showmaker.
da VKS aqui na parte central do mapa.
Cara, esse pilar do Trundle, velho, dependendo como pega, o jogador só não tem o que fazer. Só não tinha o que fazer.
Man, Shino's Gwen is actually terrifying. Holy crap.
Gradual ali, a gente viu que nem foi o suficiente para ele conseguir fugir. E acho que também o Quatro executou muito bem de guardar justamente o seu feitiço guia para no momento que ele fosse flechar, ele flecharia também. E a gente viu que o abate consolidou dessa forma. E falando em abate, talvez tenha de novo.
O Chiari já usou o time.
Oh, Chiari knew.
O Shino vai mandando a tesourada. Sarolu tá próximo. Mas o Java também tá aqui, né? Tá tentando fazer esse dragão. Sarolu luta de cara com ele.
Oh, Drake Hero didn't get the range.
Não tem barra de Meganá, mas a vida do Drake Hero foi muito detonada. Chegou o Random Gap, então são 3 jogadores da Alpha 7 aqui no
Yeah, Drake Hero took, ironically, a lot of damage from Drake.
Preso ali nas runas. Vamos ver como é que fica, porque a Cade ganhou o Rio.
Mas a equipe da Alpha 7 tem mais vida, Gruntar. O Drake Hero e o Random Gap estão mais saudáveis do que o Sarulu. Claro que se ele fizesse Aronguejo, o Trundle recupera muita vida. Teleporte vai cair aqui na parte de baixo.
Chino's coming back in.
Chino full life, full recurso. de volta pra essa brincadeira.
E aí Alpha
Okay.
7 vai ter que recuar, né?
Clade's
Já
play.
vai fugir
Okay,
pra dentro
Clade.
da selva, o
Cade's
Saruto
playing a
tentando
lot cleaner this
encontrar,
early game.
caso o
They are
Randolph
making his
fizesse a
meme mistake.
passagem
It does feel like
dele,
game 1
por
was a little bit of a
exemplo,
warm
aí,
up early game.
tá posicionado, já joga aquela pancada,
Oh.
agora o pilar não pegou.
That's up to get down. Showmaker is a product of Canyon. Shoemaker.
Às vezes salva.
É, se errar já é.
Chovy is not a mediocre mid laner. Stop being such a hater.
É tudo na vida, né?
É tudo na vida assim, se errar, perdeu.
É, 50-50, né, Gruntar? É o seu
Ou acerta
50-50.
ou erra.
Exato, é sempre assim. Mas a gente vê que ainda assim consegue colocar muita pressão na rota do meio. E aí estavam pedindo um quadro totalmente diferente. A gente tá vendo que sim. E a gente vai ver no replay como a jogada vai desdobrar.
What are they replaying? Oh, the gank onto Hardy Gap. Easy kill.
Mas o Quats executa muito bem de segurar o feitiço guia no momento que o
Yeah,
jogador
Quats for some
vai
fancy feat there. Well played.
pra justamente evitar que não é.
E aí ele
Drake
ainda
Hero
sai
missed both his
com-
flag and
com-
drags,
com um
actually.
saltinho
Like that one in
ali,
mid lane and
lado
the
lane,
one
parte
dragon
da
onto
entrada
Cerullo.
do Drake Hero que iria levantá-lo. É uma trocação mais sincera aqui na parte de baixo entre o Chino
But
e o
Cerullo's been really good at
levando revés
gauging distances.
pesado.
Ele tem que sair, né? O Karen
Last game
vai
too, like there were so many
pegar,
times he should have died and he just gets away with it.
pelo menos cheia por ali.
It's crazy.
O Dragão
Luna's
acabou
rage
com o
baiting.
efeito,
Jovi had less wins in
o
international
Hero
BO5
acabou
than
de
Jensen's
nascer.
before
A
Canyon.
jogada agora é pela parte superior do mapa. Drake Hero dá de cara pro
Oh.
Sarulu. Ele foi atropelado.
Oh!
protegendo,
Wait!
ficou
What?
travado e teve
Over the
que
pillar.
abaixo, o combo
Yo,
não ia
what?
sair.
E agora no bote.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait, guys, A7 might actually lose this if they tilt. Bruh. Oh my goodness. In what world? Oh my goodness.
Compra esse X1 e leva a melhor.
That's crazy.
Poderia ser catastrófico pro top laner da VKS se ele perde esse X1, mas ele tirou da cartola esse embate.
É, o
That's
a
absolutely
sagrada da
nuts.
Gwen garante resistência e armadura, então isso garantiu que ele sobrevivesse também.
Gwen is a champ, but also she knows Gwen is built different. Sheesh. I think him and Hirit have had the nastiest Gwens, the split.
Pra conseguir o abate, e a gente vê que o Chino sai à frente. Deu até uma risadinha ali.
If
então,
Drake
o
Hero
pessoal da VKS
ends up dying trying to do this dragon because he hit the dragon instead of the ward, he took. Yep, he has to reset it. No, he didn't reset it. Okay.
Vai comemorando. O Drake Hero tá tentando fazer esse dragão.
Yeah,
não tem
no.
razão, mas ele tá desconfiando
This,
do Quats e Sarulu.
dude, A7 just needs to play slow and methodical. They're trying to rush and skip steps for reasons I do not understand. Like, chill, you're doing fine. Relax.
Apesar daquele X1, a pressão da lane é muito grande pro Chiari, pô. Ele sempre tá conseguindo jogar a Gwen pra
That's
baixo da torre,
crazy.
sempre tá na vantagem e tá aí.
Yo, this is such a
Quando
tilter for
esse
Chiari, though.
dive ocorreu, o Chino tava sem vida nenhuma. Chiari foi batendo na torre, ele deu o ultimate. aí
That was a
o
beautiful
flash
flash. Yeah, Chiari overestimated his
Nossa,
damage.
faltou um auto-ataquezinho.
Shino literally. I love Coach Cams.
E o Kakashi, então todo mundo comemorando o clutch que
That was
foi
really
feito ali
nice.
na parte
Really clutch.
inferior. É bacana ver a reação do pessoal, né? Tem alguns que são mais esquentadinhos, outros são mais felizes, né?
Sim,
Cancel
sim,
an auto?
valeu.
Wait. Did he? I didn't even notice that.
Pra debaixo da torre, sempre tá na vantagem.
wait.
e tá
A
aí.
diferença.
Como que esse dive ocorreu, o Chino tava sem vida nenhuma. Chiari foi batendo na torre, ele deu
Okay,
o
in.
ultimate, aí o flash saiu.
No, he didn't cancel. He hit.
Nossa, faltou um auto-ataquezinho.
Já começou a técnica do
He
pessoal.
did actually. He did not cancel an auto. He just simply the auto animation just takes too long. Bro, unfortunately, got shafted. I believe, as the kids say, get wrecked. After all,
São peças-chaves aí nas delegações dos times, né?
Ah.
Lá de baixo, Drake Hero e Telas vão
no,
manter
he
a apreensão,
ulted
fazer essa manutenção
through rock,
da parte
jumped
do
in,
mapa. E
and then the flash came
quando eu
through.
falei do Telas, eu fui olhar, ele não tem 3 títulos do Academy, ele tem 2 títulos do Academy, mas ele tem 3 finais. Uma das vezes ele ficou em segundo colocado lá no Academy. Então, é um cara que tá acostumado aí a esse ambiente de finais.
Either way, really unfortunate. Answer really gets the steal.
Também acaba sendo muito bom. Inclusive, um dos títulos
Yeah, A7 need to just not tilt. Again,
quando a Cade foi
skilling favors them, so they just need to not tilt.
VKS Academy.
Tá,
Take it
então,
slow.
as informações
They've still got this.
passadas, você viu também a disputa pelas galinhas ali, Drake Hero não queria deixar.
Yeah, a lot of the gold actually is more in the mid lane than anything else, which only had the one gank, right? It's just that Quats is zoning out already gap. Everywhere else, it's still kind of playable, so A7 just need to take it slow.
Que é uma composição que
They'll be
vai
fine.
brigar mais cedo, eles têm que buscar.
Nar
a
and
briga.
Mega AA follows.
Principalmente esse dragão que tá aí já fazendo aniversário.
É assim,
Okay,
o
Leonard,
fato
hold that thought, and I will we'll check again after the game. But I already like went back once, didn't see it, so we'll check after the game. I think the out actually knocked Shino far enough way enough that he had to hop in to get the auto, so I don't think he could have auto during the ult.
legal, mas a equipe
Itself.
da Cade tá segurando essa brincadeira. Eles fizeram do outro
But
lado.
yeah, we'll confirm
as
after.
3 vastilarvas, o que é muito bom pra essa Gwen, que tá
But now I'm
ficando
more
bem
interested in
no
seeing how
jogo.
A7 try and
Então, assim,
stem the bleeding a little bit.
eu acredito que a gente vai ter uma briga
Yeah, like I said, we'll take a look after.
por esse dragão, sim.
Acho que o grande ponto também é que as equipes estão optando justamente jogar mais em torno dessa pressão, tanto na primeira partida quanto nessa daqui.
Okay, wait, Herald's in 3 minutes. Drag's up right now. Oh, it's still first drag. Dude, Drake Heroes tried to start that drag up twice now. That dragon is not going to be A7's dragon. At least Chiari stabilized his lane. Skuro's doing a great job, actually, keeping even CS. The hardest part for A7 is about to happen soon, though. When Kate get access to the ultimates, that will be... And before A7 get their second items completed, that's going to be the hardest part of the game for A7. If they can hold through that, then I think they'll be fine. That's when I think they'll kind of match again, even. Yeah, the wave clear's starting to come through from both Skuro and Artigan. Oh, and that's gonna be drag. Not one of Telas's more egregious mistakes, but yeah, I mean, he was on his own side of the map, to be fair, in just sporting, but still. Yeah, it feels bad, but again, that one I won't call it a Telas mistake. I don't think he was being overconfident in the wandering. That was his own jungle. You can make a case that he should have known that he's lost all control, but yeah. I feel like it's hardwired into players that that's their jungle. If he does it again, though. Oh, this is really bad for A7. Is Skuro gonna pay the iron price? Yep. Oh my goodness. A7's throwing. Okay, this is A7 actually making some really bad choices. I hate that I foreshadowed it too. Like the first time, like I said, I excuse Telas. It happens. But the second time, after you just got punished there, that is actually then illegal. Like you should have known better. Oh, Shino lives again. Bro is... Shino and Sarula are playing out their minds right now. A7's paid by the hour. Hey, I'm okay if they give us another 5-game series. The first one was entertaining. Yeah, Shino is messing with Gary's head. And the skilling from Shino is one of the better parts of that comp. So. Yeah, I mean, he's just dropping a control ward. It's a really costly mistake. That's fine. This one, though, is illegal. Yes, you have Drake here in your back pocket, but in what world do you want to fight anywhere near Misfortune? Like, she just hit 6 and she's got Bloodthirster. You have no way of dealing with that. Okay, yeah. The second one's kind of egregious to me. And then it costs you Skuro and Telas's life, which is kind of a problem because you just want Skuro to farm. And now the gold gap went from like 1k to 2.3k. If they just left the dragon and played, you know, a bit more respectful in the jungle, and empty jungle, by the way, there were no camps in there. The gold gap's only like 1.5 at that point.
Isso, ele já tem aí os 3 abates, né? Tô com 5. Já fizeram os Birubiru, um dragão e esse arauto completando então o sapatinho de cristal. Mais vantagem pro time da Cade.
E o grande ponto também é que você veio com essa sedenta por sangue, então ele pode jogar essa matchup muito pra cima. E de novo a gente vê o Saludo também botando pressão no outro lado do mapa. A gente vê uma VKS conseguindo acelerar em todas as frentes.
Mais ativa, né?
Exato, mas nesse ponto também é difícil pra Alpha7 conseguir uma resposta justamente pela falta de pressão que eles têm no mapa por conta desses abates cedidos e também por conta da itemização dos campeões que acaba atrapalhando um pouco.
Agora o Drake Hero vai pegar o QC. Saiu do combo, o escuro tá meio longe. Vai ter uma redenção pra dar uma machucada, mas a bala machuca muito mais. O escuro tem que se posicionar. Telas por enquanto vai defendendo ele. No inquebrável, na moralzinha. O QC, sem medo de ser feliz, bota 3 jogadores adversários pra correr.
Mas aí é óbvio que ele vai tirar onda, pô.
There was a camp. I'm not
dele, ele tancou os 3, até isolou.
Misfortune right now feels more like like a major objective than just a regular jungle cap. She has Bloodthirster and is kind of in her power spike. Oh! In the bounce house. But Sarulu just... Oh man, he just subjugates. A7 is hard. Why are we fighting, guys? Chill, A7, chill.
Deslancha no jogo. A Cade vai dando passos
MF right now is hitting like Baron. A7 just keeps throwing lead after lead. Dude, the comp is so good. Why are we doing this? We went from such a good game one from A7 to this. Like, what? I'm German. No. To be fair, his Cataclysm did screw his team, so not quite that meme, but yeah, the J4 is not working out this game. Drake Hero has really been struggling with the J4. I mean, he's missed quite a few of the initial flag and drags, and now it feels like he's looking for engages that, yeah.
Ótima pra jogada aqui, a gente vê que vai ter dragão também daqui 50 segundos, então a equipe da VKS vai continuar acelerando, vai continuar capitalizando esses objetivos e também querem garantir também a torre da parte superior do mapa. Então a gente vê um jogo muito proativo e da maneira que eles gostam de executar.
Sim, a equipe da VKS vai desenhando esse jogo dominante. Cara, eu olhei o controle de sentinela da VKS na parte inferior do mapa, irmão. Olha isso aí.
Brincadeira, é brincadeira.
Tem sentinela na base dos caras, pô.
Tem sentinela dentro da base, praticamente, né? O time da Cade vai controlando esse território, porque daqui a 20 segundos tem dragão aparecendo. Então, apesar dele estar com o jogador tudo lá no topo, as sentinelas estão aqui no bote.
É, mas os jogadores estão tudo lá e a jogada, pelo jeito, vai dando êxito, tá? A Aurora tá chegando um pouquinho pra trás, mas o Dive tá armado.
Vão ser 5 jogadores da Cade.
Okay.
Começou bem pra galera da Faceta.
Okay, this fight, I don't blame A7 for going for it. It's like under turret. The turret's kind of healthy. They didn't have insta-burst. Like, the thought is it's playable for a bit. And it, yeah. I mean, they don't win it, but I'm okay with that fight. But this isn't an MLXG J4. Is MLXG J4 really that good or something? When I think J4, I think River.
Mais conciso, mais acelerado que eles fizeram. 7-1 no placar de eliminações. O Ryze do Random Gap chegou aqui na torre da parte central, mas é aquilo que a gente tinha falado, né? Precisa dos 22, 23 minutos para realmente estar no Spike.
Todo dia um 7-1 diferente. Não tem jeito, não tem nem pra onde correr, não. Mas acho que o grande ponto é que a execução da Facete para defender a torre foi até boa. Mas faltou esse dano porque o Randall Gap não tinha o teleporte disponível, então seria impossível ele participar daquela jogada e faltou um pouco do dano. Eu acho que a Alpha 7 até perdeu um pouco nessa situação, porque tinha potencial de realmente explodir a partida ali naquele ponto. E acho que foi uma derrota justa naquele ponto ali na torre, da parte superior.
Cara, o que você já fechou o gume do infinito, bicho. Esse item aí pra MF é muito, muito bom. O crítico vai cantar e apancar a balaça dele vai sendo cada vez mais cruel. A galera da Alpha 7 tem que tomar muito cuidado. A Cade vai fazendo a sua composição rodar. Eles jogam mais cedo, então puxam mais um objetivo. É segundo dragão do jogo pra eles. E a gente vai ter uma alma Hextech.
A parada é que todo o brilhantismo do escuro com essa Sivir demora muito pra aparecer, irmão. Demora muito. Ele precisa desses picks mais incisivos para dominar o matchup, e a Sivir não é esse pick.
A Navori também é um item que vai ajudar ela, mas ainda não chega nesse spike necessário quando ela fechar o Gumi, quando ela fechar o terceiro, quarto item. É o momento que a Sivir começa realmente a aparecer, mas nesse ponto aqui ela não tem muito destaque, ela não brilha tanto assim. O grande foco vai ser justamente limpar essas ondas de minions e tentar não... basicamente sangrar menos. Eu acho que o ponto para Alpha 7 é tentar sangrar menos.
Was known for 3 things: decent J4 diving bottom out of the game state.
Esse spike de 3 itens de uma forma um pouco mais saudável, na qual
Actually, I feel like I should remember MLXG more, but I really don't.
Na casa dos 20 minutos que tem Atacan, vai ter o Barão
He's been relegated to the annals of history. Also, 7-1 guys.
Ter alguma resposta e essa resposta nem sempre vai ser
Can A7 do better than the Brazilian national team?
Isso aqui é sujeira. Sarulu deu de cara com o escuro. Vem chegando telas pra poder defender. O Chiara e o Drake Hero estão próximos. Então a Cade...
The sad part is A7's about to actually come online, like really shortly. If they were only 2,000 gold down, I actually think they're in a perfectly fine state. 4K feels a bit... 4K feels bad though. I don't know if they can win a 4K. The comp honestly should still actually be able to function, but it's more just that they might be giving up too much. Yeah, like Gate is just gonna get this outcome for free now. Telas can't fight, or not Telas. A7 can't fight this. Like Telas is trying to walk for it. Carry's almost mega. Yeah, Drake Hero's already dead before the fight starts. No smite steal available. Oh, Telas gets melted. Like, I salute what A7 was trying to do, but the sad part is they were literally almost there for the Sarah's Embrace. And Chiari is only sitting on one item too. They are just too far behind. Oh, how did A7 lose this unlosable draw? This is actually crazy.
Tá muito na frente essa partida VKS.
A situação vai se complicando para a Alpha 7 em termos de conseguir conquistar alguma coisa no mapa. A gente vê que a itemização dos jogadores da VKS estão muito adiantadas nesse momento, então é muito difícil você conseguir lidar com tanta pressão nesse momento.
I mean, props to Kate. I think Kate played really well, especially Kissy and Quats.
A Kate vai jogando dentro da selva da Alpha 7 toda hora.
Quats especially I think played really well. Shino and Sarula have been playing out their mind overall. Like last game as well. Even when they were losing, Sarula was doing disgusting, impossible things. And anytime I had hope last game was when Shino actually looked like he was going to be able to do something. Unfortunately, it didn't quite pan out. Even this, yeah, again, Shino was just buying so much space and time. And it's allowing his team to kind of just wreck the other side of the map. Okay, Sarah's Embrace is completed for... Oh, are they? We're just diving this. Well, we are feeling so desperate for that dive. I mean, diving bot lane, true MLXG moment, right? Jeez.
A VKS chegando, o Scamber também tá por trás aqui do pessoal da Alpha 7.
Sure. Okay, 1 for 1. Oh my goodness. Wait, what the hell? Where'd Scamber? Oh, Scamber TP'd. Oh my goodness. Yep, this is done. I can't. How? Genuinely, how did A7 throw this? Their comp just needed them to sit back and farm. We just had to not throw. Instead, they went for an Olympic record. Like, what the hell?
Uma ótima recuperação e a gente vai vendo que eles não têm medo de forçar em todas as frentes. É jogada na parte
Sniff Gwen is immune.
inferior.
The problem is Gwen is actually very much not immune early game now, but yeah, not immune enough, I suppose.
Por mais que ele não consiga abate na primeira jogada, ele tira flash. O Tela jogou sem flash praticamente a partida toda. O Escuro também tá sendo muito alvo dessas jogadas desse Trundle. Então a gente vai conferindo no replay. A coisa vai desdobrando. A gente vai redenção justamente para cancelar esse retorno à base. E o Scamber chegando aqui.
Oh, Scamber didn't even TP. He just walked all the way. Damn. Brother took the long way in and got in. Uncontested. Nice. Just that easy. Yeah, the problem is now Gwen is immune. Like, we've hit the point where Gwen actually has scaled up. Yeah, A7 is just giving away too much in the early game. I hate the fact too that even in the last fight where they kind of traded 1 for 1, you can see that the A7 comp is a better comp. Like in a 5v5 comp, A7 can play 4k down and still trade even. He just had more time. Okay, Soul Point, not Soul itself. Oh yeah, first drag took forever. I think Drake Hero going for those early Drakes like constantly without actually having any sort of lane prio was a big part of why they started struggling. Okay, good on Chiari, he held flash.
Esse combinho é destruidor. O Chiari já vai saindo sem vida. Do outro lado, o Escuro tem que lutar pra poder escapar. O Shino tá colado nele. Ele busca a posição da torre. Vai saindo por enquanto, só que abre um espaço.
That's probably going to cost them Baron though. On the hunt down for A7. They needed that for team fight.
O Barão, por enquanto, eles não têm tanto controle das lanes. O Sarolo não tá aí, nem aí. O Sarolo,
yeah.
Cara, teve uma
Screw hasn't completed boots or third item.
maluco na frente dele, ele tava dando a dancinha do Trundle, pô.
You compare that to Kissy with LDR completed already. Oh, I feel so bad. LDR is such a big item spike too for AD carries.
O próximo objetivo deve ser esse Barão, porque Dragão só daqui a 4 minutos e bem ou mal as torres.
I can hear very faintly in the background. The crowd is singing. I'm assuming they're singing for Cade.
É mais difícil para Cade poder avançar sem ter esse buff do Barão.
É bem difícil fazer esse avanço, mas ainda assim.
I love the fact that you can hear the audience singing. That's why live audience is way better. I don't know why the promo tournament doesn't have live audience. That's crazy. Like, you're in studio, might as well have an audience.
mas a gente vê que é o domínio total da Cage nessa partida. É muito difícil você conseguir responder e é uma questão de tempo deles iniciarem esse objetivo pra justamente trazer o pessoal do Alpha 7 a vir contestar esse objetivo e isso eclodir numa luta.
E aí mostra também que a VKS como expandiu pra dentro do território inimigo o controle de visão, né? A equipe da Alpha 7 vem chegando agora, vai ter um engage em cima do Drake Hero.
Oh,
Só se for o Drake Hero
Quartz,
que tá roubando,
holy.
porque a Ari não tá fazendo menção que vai usar o teleporte não, ele derrubou a torre.
Yeah, I just evaporated them.
Mas isso não importa porque a Cade veio pra caçada. Nossa! O escuro
Can Skuro get out? Skuro and Gap actually get out. Baron gets reset.
E foi até bom pro time
And
da
Chiara
Alpha
gets
7,
objective
pagaram
bounty.
pouco com essa eliminação. E eles conseguiram uma torre aqui na parte de baixo, então é uma eliminação e só isso, pelo menos por enquanto.
Okay, they get the TP out of Quats. The problem is they had to burn flash off of Skuro, so they probably don't get that sort of play again. Right, to scare people and no show if their region isn't playing in finals. Then they no show, so be it.
Ah, é muito difícil, Renato. Tem um acesso
I don't see the problem with that.
pra chegar no objetivo de uma forma um pouco mais veloz. E a gente viu o Chiara aqui encontrando o Sarulu também. Ai, 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 ai.
Pegaram o Sarulu. É muito controle.
Okay, great pick from A7.
Fechou. O Sarulu saiu no flash.
No freaking way, dude. Sarulu cannot get away with this again.
Batem na perseguição. Só que o Chino chegou pra fazer a
Ai.
contra da Alpha 7.
Dude, I'm so tilted for A7. How many times that Sarulu gets away? That's so crazy.
Tá muito forte, ele vai virando a bala. O Scummer se posiciona, o Quats também. Tela já é derretida.
And now it's a 6v4. Or 6v5, because Baron's helping out freaking Kate Stars too.
Já são 3 eliminações. Chiara e Random Gap
Oh!
fazer alguma coisa. Ganham tempo, mas é impossível segurar.
So, okay, Sarulu.
Ace pro time da Cade.
It's hard for me to give Sarulu MVP this game when I think Quats has been doing so much more. Shino's been applying way more silent pressure, and Kissy is probably the biggest damage dealer in this game. But damn, right now Sarulu's looking my MVP for series after the first 2 games, because Sarulu is absolutely insane. He baited them so if he dies, A7 have a way back in. But instead, because he lives, it ends up being a Kate Stars win in a composition that should not have been able to win. This is crazy. I mean, A7 made a lot of very big mistakes, very fixable mistakes. I think this game was definitely A7's to lose, and they lost hard. So that's on A7. But yeah, these 2 guys right there, Shino and Sarulu, man, their mechanics today have been on point. Yeah, I think it's a VKS fans you probably heard singing earlier. You can't sell that to sponsors, Lunar. Well, you don't have to sell that to sponsors. You don't have to show them that the stadium's empty. But it also, I think, helps online numbers when you do it in person, because the production's a lot smoother.
E faz sentido com o que a gente viu da VKS. Se eles têm jogo mais rápido, mais estompado, eles conseguem passar o carro. Então, esses drafts mais rápidos fazem muito sentido para uma fraqueza da Alpha 7 e para uma força da VKS. Foguetinha, professor, stomp de um lado, stomp do outro, tá tudo igual na nossa série.
Pois é, né? Vivo VKS.A chegou aqui agora para essa grande final, conseguiu fazer uma boa partida. E uma coisa que me chama muita atenção foram essas escolhas mais agressivas que eles trouxeram pro draft e que pra mim faz total sentido. Quando a gente vê o Sarulu,
these aggressive choices about to drop that, yeah.
ser mais participativo, aparecer cedo nas rotas laterais é uma
I mean,
outra Cade.
yes, the draft had a lot of aggressive choices or champs that could do things, but I don't even feel like that's why they won, because Trundle's aggression is kind of weird in the early game, in that the reason why he gets to be aggressive is because he clears fast, so he can go and disrupt lanes without losing tempo and speed. In terms of like successful ganks, Trundle burning a summoner is already successful. Yeah. Yeah, Chiara tried. Chiara's like the one lane that was going right. I think the far bigger problem for A7 was more, or what really won the game, I feel like, for Arcade, besides the aggression, was more that A7 was opting into early aggression. Like, Ryze and Sivir were never going to win fights. We should not have been playing around mid-bot. The Chiari plays, okay, that's why I was so impressed by Shino and Sarulu, because they were surviving a lot of those early plays, and Shino was like actually winning early game, which is insane.
coisa tem um jogo, do jogo tem um todo
Post-nerfed
A gente
Gwen,
pode até
and he
ficar
wins
falando
lane.
aqui do que é o criador e a
This is already in the mid game. Are we not showing any of the early game?
uma postura
The
diferente.
early game is where this game was decided. It's not the mid game.
É o fato de que o draft deixou
Like, all this was after they had a 4K lead.
que eles tivessem essa postura diferente. Eu acho que de qualquer maneira, independente do que tenha sido, nessa
I mean, I don't disagree this is an important thing. I just don't feel like these are the first clips that we need to see. I think the early game clips are way more important. Like, their Drake Hero's choice to keep trying to start up Dragon without lane swaps, by the way. So it wasn't Kiari down there. It was Skuro and Telas, who are not a strong bot lane. Even if they get Prio with fast shove, their team fighting is just so much weaker than Misfortune that it's pointless.
Até levando em consideração as escolhas que a Alpha 7 trouxe, eu fico me questionando se agora a gente também não viu a situação inverter, sabe? A balança virar um pouquinho, porque eu acho que Ryze, Nar, Sivir são campeões que deixam os meninos um pouco travados e que impossibilitam.
It's also really unfortunate that for A7, they burnt through a lot of power picks as well with this.
Pois é, pois é.
I mean, that kind of cuts both ways. I think that goes for K-Stars Academy too. A lot of these champions are champions that K-Stars Academy themselves do play. Quats has a very nice rise. So we've seen Ceruleus J4 before be quite aggressive. Sivir, I want to say we've seen Kissy play it. I actually don't recall if he's played it. But I would be surprised if he hasn't, let's put it that way. I feel like it's a good fit for Kissy's playstyle. Buffering. Oh, he's only played it once, but I feel like it's a good fit for Kissy's playstyle, Sivir. And I've definitely seen Scamber play a good Braum before, so a lot of strong picks being kinda used up by A7. It's gonna make some of the later games interesting, and I don't really know how I feel about A7 Shampoo. I don't feel like we've seen them being pushed off of a lot of meta champions yet. Let me see what they did the last time they played in the upper finals. Did they get into weird picks?
Agora a gente vai para mais aí possíveis 2, 3 jogos, quem sabe? Afinal de contas é a grande final do circuito desafiante. A gente vai para rápido intervalo e daqui a pouquinho a gente tá de volta pro jogo de número 3.
I'm looking specifically at A7 side of it because I know Cade has weird picks for sure. Like Sarulu has all his assassin picks, so yeah, he's definitely fine. Quats is a massive weird champion pool as well. He's got a lot of scaling picks in his pocket. He still has Yone as well. Shino I think should be fine. And then Kissy's well, I don't know what the hell Kissy's got. He's a mid laner who converted. A7, Shinjao. Yeah, that's a good comp. They got Yunara last time on red side, which is wild. And sure enough won. I don't think that would happen again. Party Gap still got Ziggs in pocket and still serving. Yeah, Telas I'm not worried about either. I know Telas has a pretty big champ pool. Skuro, I think the 80 carry pool is wide enough right now. It's just that you drop down to like B tier by the end of it. Kiari might be a bit of a concern. Yeah, he was on Ornn and Jace by the end of it. Hey, they're showing Envy. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that we're seeing Drake here on Mundo and Viego, I think, is not a great sign. Yeah, for A7, I think burning through all these sort of meta picks actually is a bigger concern for them. Let's see how it goes. Game 3, they should still have a lot of power picks. That's not an issue. It's more Game 4, Game 5 that things get kind of dicey. And 1-1. 1-1's a good score for viewers. We're guaranteed at least 2 more games. Oh, I want to see the reverse Rio view.
Bom, meu legado financeiro, acho que minha meta é eu ter uma casa própria para ter onde morar depois, a minha família também.
Yeah, this is when the last headbutted.
Meu dinheiro para que no futuro não ter que me preocupar tanto assim.
Oof, sorry.
Ficar mais tranquilo, viver uma vida mais.
Wait, okay, wait. There's so much wrong with this. Hold on. Why is this 240p, bro? Ray! I can't see this. Okay, so sound literally does not matter. What? Ryuka. Okay, it's supposed to be the Alistair because earlier there's a hitbug which screwed his team from Scamper. Not a bad play on him. It's just the flash was okay. So you're hitbutting the enemy into your own team. Further back, I guess. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. That didn't. I don't know. I'm with you, Lunar. That that didn't look that crazy to me. Not gonna lie. Okay, I suspect A7 will opt for blue side. I might be wrong. I mean, they've been going for red side most games, but against A7, against Kate Stars, with Yunara on the line, I think you go blue and then open up Yunara. Force Kate to do it, and then you just get one power pick. And then I suspect for Cade. Ooh, Kissy's 50-50 on the Yunara. Okay. I was going to say for Cade, I wonder if you just kind of want blue side to get Yunara at this point. You've already opened up the Aurora and the... Yeah, just the Aurora so far. You opened up the Aurora, you got that one. Between Annie and Pantheon, I feel like Cerulu's Pantheon's aight, but he's not one of the crazier Pantheons. I like him more on his other pocket picks than Pantheon. I think he does similar things to Pantheon, but better. He gets the mechanics more, so... Yeah. That reminds me, well, shorten this a little. Shorten it a bit more. The top of my head still sticking out a little bit. Okay. There we go. Oh wow. You know what? Because you're in person, I guess the breaks are shorter too. Nice. Another benefit of in person. Let's go.
E agora no segundo jogo que a gente acabou de ter antes do intervalo, a VKS.A empatou tudo empatado na nossa grande final. Agora a gente vai para esse terceiro confronto pra gente ver quem é que fica com o pezinho ali mais próximo de levantar o nosso troféu. Mas antes de mais nada, a gente tem que relembrar que amanhã começa o Cross Conference. Amanhã, a partir das 17
Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. Also, we got the our podcast this week out early. I don't know if we're doing a podcast this week, so I didn't open the channel. Because, yeah, I don't know when we're doing it next. 4x4, I believe, will actually be in person doing translation for the teams, I believe. Could be wrong. But, yeah. And I am not aware of us doing any sort of stuff stream either tomorrow, so... I don't know if Trajan will start something up, but at least as of right now, I am unaware of anything. I will definitely, unfortunately, not be available. I have to work.
E o Flamengo Red Dragon se classificaram aí pelo Circuito Desafiante para esse campeonato e a gente já sabe que um dos times que eles irão enfrentar é também a Isurus, que chega aí para brigar e continuar na LTA Sul no ano que vem. Para esse próximo confronto de
One of the teams will face also the interest rates. What is this, an ad for B3 still? That's a funny translation.
Ah, Fogueta, eu vou falar que é 50-50.
I mean, we know what teams. It's Farnben and oh, I am blanking on the other one right now. Oh no, Farnben is the other side, sorry. That's LRN. Oh, it is no LRS. And what's the other one? That won yesterday. Or lost yesterday, I guess, against Urban. A Sikar. Sikar Esports, yeah.
mais eficiente do que qualquer outro pique aí desse jogo. Então, valeu a pena, legal. Eu tava olhando pro meu caderno porque eu fui ver a última série dos dois times. Foi 3 vitórias do lado azul e 2 vitórias do lado vermelho.
Okay, do we know who's on which side? We're about to find out. A7 on the blue side. Called it. This, we have returned back to normal. Blue side prio. Who would have thought? Okay, bans are exactly the same. So what's the first pick that they want to go for? What's OP and still open? Xinjiao Wukong gone. Garner's gone. Do we go for mid lane? But mid lane... I don't feel like there's a prio pick. Okay. Let's go for Sedge. That's fine.
Me admira, Gruntar, me admira você não ter falado que o
Sedge is
jogo
a nice
foi
pick.
ganho na
I actually wonder if we
hora
just
da
see
VKS
Sedge
seleção.
Maokai handshake.
Ah, não, eu acho que é importante também, mas... você viu como fez diferença no jogo, né?
Sim, sim,
Esse
sim.
boneco é um monstro, cara.
Sim.
Achei que você ia falar que é
Renekton
Kalista
blind.
amigo.
Oh, hey, yo!
É Calista ao contrário, né?
Lilia, my beloved?
Calma aí, né?
Então é o Jhin, né?
One of the best junglers, I swear. She's really, really good. I don't know why we stopped playing her.
Não tem zica, né, Gruntar, que
Não,
faz.
Caster não zica, Caster não zica. Você pode falar o que você quiser aqui, professor, que não vai fazer diferença nenhuma pro jogo.
Pois é. E falando em jogo aqui, a gente vê que a equipe da VKS responde
Okay.
esse combo de Renekton.
Already, I'm liking the Kate Stars draft.
Tão frequentemente, mas nessas matchups que ela consegue.
I've always liked Lilia
consegue
into
andar muito bem,
tanks
consegue
like Sejuani.
desviar desse controle
So.
de grupo e conseguir se movimentar pra conseguir aplicar o dano acaba sendo interessante.
I think A7 got baited a little bit because once Trundle's off the table, tanks are pretty strong again. So they're probably just thinking, okay, we just pick the Sedge here, deny that away, one of the tank, and then we still have the option of going more tank in the top if we need it. But
É interessante pra Lilia
Yeah.
também, né? É que ela fica bem...
Aatrox into Lilia is also a little bit risky. I feel like I'm picking that more for her. Oh, but A7 get Yone.
Porque na minha cabeça a Cade tava querendo
Okay.
esse Yone
Okay.
jogar Yone e Lilian, cara.
Wait, this draft is starting to be really good. Damn. This backbone is already epic. I would say all you need is like Misfortune, but she's already taken off, so there's no Misfortune. But you could go any 80 carry here, and this comp would still work really well.
Do oponente.
É, talvez encaixe
We still got Nautilus is down, Leona, Rakan.
Com certeza, com certeza.
Leona and Rakan are still available.
É uma situação
Ooh,
que
I don't like
talvez
this. Why Corki?
eles tenham outro pick aqui na frente.
Why?
Victor Bot?
Ah, não sei. Eu pensei nele também, mas eu não sei se seria.
I'm not a fan of Corki, man.
No Circuito aparecendo bastante esse pick de Ziggs.
I don't really understand why everybody's picking him right now.
É o momento, professor. Na
Like, I'd rather
final,
Lucian than
assim,
Corki.
Você puxar o Victor na bot lane?
Ah, bota Serafine logo de uma vez, né?
É.
Vai pegar Victor, bota Serafine de uma vez, tá
Victor
lá.
Serafine, então, no bot.
Ah lá o Bano Ziggs.
Não, Victor ou Serafine. Botou os dois, aí acabou o jogo.
Okay.
Aí
I
já-
actually like the Ziggs takeaway. I think Ziggs would do a lot for this comp, and they want a bit more magic damage.
Vamos pular as formalidades, mas a gente vê que também que o pessoal dá
The other thing you could actually run here, which would be really, really good, but also probably we'll never see, would be like Seraphine, like double Enchanter bot lane, like Seraphine Sonar or something like that. Or-
pode ter essa possibilidade, mas eu vejo
Yeah.
que tem outras opções também que o
I was gonna say Seraphine Senna, but then
jogador bem versátil.
Senna wants to farm in the current
Alpha 7
patch.
eles baniram Leona e eu acredito que eles vão banir Rakan na próxima volta aí. Que aí basicamente todos os suportes de engage
Yona
ficam
ban.
fora
Wait, why are we?
do jogo.
Okay, they might just go for Jinx Zulu or something like hyper carry here. with Enchanter support.
Sem Rakan,
You could just go Edgewell Karma,
é,
actually.
Nautilus também
Would
faz
work well with
isso.
this too.
Então, meio que acabam as
And would give you a lot of safety away from the Liliver next in.
Clash, tem
Because if we are banning Leona, that leaves only Rakan
subótimas, né?
É, sobra os coitados.
for engage supports, I
Sobra
think.
os coitados
Did I
que
miss
não
one?
são tão bons assim. Acho que
Again, this format makes it hard for me to read. Because Alistair Brom's out,
E é justamente o que você comentou,
Nautilus
o
is out,
jogador
Rakan's
de
out.
exatamente
Sorry, not Rakan, Rel's out.
de iniciação, então
Blitz.
vamos ver como a VKS responde.
Yeah, so we're really trying to force them onto Rakan.
Tem Nico
I don't know
aberto
why. I think Rakan's actually
pra
good.
bot lane da VKS. Calma aí que o Quack mid. Não, beleza.
Esse
Ah,
corte pode
mostrando
ser mid,
cena,
tá?
pode ser esse bebê, sim,
Pode
sim.
sim, Colosso.
No way, we're playing this into this.
Então é mid.
What?
Mid.
What?
Beleza, já vem pra uma
Hit Academy double 80 carry, double marksman composition without a full front line into a Yone Aatrox.
Tanque muito parrudão do lado da VKS, não.
Okay, not the hyper carry I was thinking of, but Ash does do a lot of work in late game. That's fine.
Uma campeã que ela consegue buscar esses engages e acho que
Oh, and we still get the Seraphine. Okay, I like the A7 comp. I like the A7 comp a lot. I think this is a really good draft.
Acho que o grande ponto aqui é que a Ashe encaixa muito bem no mecanismo de iniciação. Tem uma fase de rota sólida contra essa Kai'Sa também.
Should I give them a 5, guys, and curse it? I thought I would give the team a 5. They just get cursed.
E acho que o grande ponto aqui é que você não deixa essa Lilia ficar
You go for Nico for
livre.
engage? No, this comp is so squishy into this.
Tem a ultimate da Sejuani, então tem muitas
This is so-
mecanismos de iniciação que podem vetar se a equipe da VKS tentar comprar muito.
This is not good.
Eu ia falar dessa Nico aí pro Scamber. É um pick que
Okay, I am.
instantaneamente é banido na segunda rotação. O Scamber fez um jogaço.
I am
nessa
very
segunda
much
aí,
not a
com
fan of what I'm
essa
seeing from
seleção.
Kate Academy.
Dá essa
But
prioridade
to be fair, I also thought their comp last draft was their draft last game was also not very good, and they won with it. This is better than last game for sure. Last game, I thought this was unplayable. This is playable. It's just really hard. I'm gonna curse A7 again and give them a 5. I think this comp is so good. Like they even got the Seraphine like I asked for. Granted, it won't be farming Seraphine, but it's still a really, really, really good comp. Like if they wanted to be hyper toxic, they could even have gone like Rakan Seraphine. And then got farming Seraphine instead, so she does a ton of magic damage. But this is still really good. I like it a lot. And Ashe does a lot to break Lilia's ankles. My only concern slightly is Kaisa being able to dive the Ashe, but even then it's really tough into the Seraphine and whatnot. So this comp is not a bad comp, normally speaking. I do think there's some slight anti-synergies, and I'd like to see a bit more tank. So I won't give it like a 4, but honestly, I like it. I'd give it a 3. This is a very playable composition. It's more playable than that crap they had last game. Last game, they had like straight up no synergy. Pretty much. They just preyed on A7's mistakes. This time, they've got a lot more synergy. The team fighting is actually not bad. The only unfortunate thing is that they don't have Misfortune available pair with Lilia. I do think Lilia Misfortune is one of the better combos in the game. The fact that you can get bullet time off, like a full bullet time off and sleep without interrupting the lilting lullaby is absolutely broken. But they already used the Misfortune, so it is what it is. No biggie. I do like Lilia into tanks. I think she can shred them. I think she can dance around Aatrox. I just think that Yone and Seraphine are going to break some ankles. And Ashe, well, Ashe is going to slow them down, and then she's going to get her ankles broken. And Renekton, at least Renekton's tanky enough that he could serve as a bit of a front line, I guess. So, definitely playable. Just not as strong. Everything they want to do, I feel like A7's comp does a bit better.
Eu sinto que ficou uma composição um pouco mais arriscada, né? Com
mais difícil executar,
com muito dano, exatamente. É uma composição mais difícil de ser executada. Pra Alpha 7, não. É meio que simplão. Acertou o ult da Ashe, vem a Seraphine, vem o Yone, vem a Sejuani, acabou. É muito controle de grupo.
I really like the Ashe Seraphine finish, though.
Controle de grupo para acabar com o alvo.
Okay, no unsealed spellbook this game. Neither side's running it.
Ponta do dedo e você tá apontando aqui, né, Colossus? Também apontando a Sejuani vindo com o livro de feitiço também não é uma escolha incomum. Acho que como ela já vai.
They're indexing more into their identities as Chandra supports.
Isso pode ser interessante.
Já
Oof.
teve que flechar.
Having a Blurm Flash really sucks.
Flash do Sarolu já logo de cara aí, e principalmente pra Lilia, que esse flash é muito importante, né?
We used to see a lot of the Lilia invading Sejuani on Raptors. But with the flash down, I don't know if Sarulu is willing to take that risk.
Vai ser só esse risco de um lado, risco do outro, flash Sarolu e Fogueta lá no palco.
Gruntar? Ah, tá. Bom, Gruntar, tô aqui com o Tio Vai pra gente conversar sobre esse jogo. Na segunda-feira, no confronto de segunda-feira que vocês tiveram, exatamente no jogo 3, a Alpha 7 trouxe essa Sejuani, eles acabaram saindo com a vitória. E agora vocês mudam a estratégia do Jungle Mid, vocês trazem essa Lilia Cork pra jogar. Queria que você comentasse um pouquinho sobre essa escolha.
A gente tava imaginando que eles iam priorizar muito a Sejuani ou o Renekton, mas agora que não tem Trundle e não tem outros junglers melhores no começo, como tem no começo do draft, acho que essa matchup era bem provável. A gente tinha preparado essa Lilia e com isso o Yone também sobe de praia e eles pegaram primeiro, mas a gente também preparou o Cork, que é uma ótima matchup pra ele.
Muito bem, muito obrigada, bom jogo pra você. Pessoal, é com vocês.
Valeu, Foguetinha.
Okay.
Falei que eles queriam aquele Yone, mas aí a galera da Alpha 7 foi uma...
I'm not sure what Joanna is.
Pelo menos você tava preparado pra responder.
Jungle? I don't know.
Do Cork, a gente tava
I was trying to understand what the coach was saying. That's Kate's coach on the ground.
De pensar que esse Cork poderia ir pra parte inferior, mesmo que o Flex tenha sido quebrado cedo.
Tá aí, vamos ver.
I mean, obviously, the Lilia was a interesting pick, so I'd love to fully understand why they did what they did. But I still think it's a good pick. I just, yeah.
De repente, precisando chegar na proteção da torre. No meio do mapa, o professor já tinha falado, o Cork nesse início bota muita pressão pra cima do Yone, o Yone tem muita dificuldade, mas é nesse início, né? Depois o campeão vai estabilizar e fica tudo bem.
É aquela espada do rei, né? Chegou a espada do rei ali, tem jogo pro Yone já, vai conseguir jogar side lane muito bem. Tem uma parada que a gente não falou da Sejuani, é que vai ter uma sinergia muito grande, são 2 melis, né? Então é fácil de procar a chegada dela, o controle de grupo dela, mas ela vem aqui pra parte de baixo, pra aliviar um pouco da pressão que o Escuro e o Tela estão tomando pro que seja.
Yeah, we didn't see Sarulu go for the Raptor invade. I think without flash, it's just kind of risky. Normally, you can really break ankles, and the mobility you have as well as sustained damage, and the % health shred makes invading Sejuani pretty safe, but now, not so much. Oh. I mean, huge props to Scamber. I think Kate are trying to throw hands and just win with hands again. Oh, he drop landed. Artie gaps too deep. He doesn't have damage, bro. You're freaking Yone. Okay, we're throwing again as
O time
A7.
da Alpha 7 é obrigado a recuar.
O time da Alpha 7 não forçou.
Dude, you're a level 3 Yone.
porque
You've got no
forçaram
items.
pouco
You're not
mais,
even running
mas
D-Blade,
as barras de
which
vida
is
do
normal.
VKS
You're
estavam
running
melhores,
D-Shield for sustain.
e o
You just don't have, like, why are we
Randall
opting for a 4v4
na real,
fight there?
teve o que sempre
Chip
foi uma
away, bro. You've
confusão
got
ali,
the
porque o
Seraphine and the
Randall
Ashe.
saiu, usou o desatado da alma, e o
Okay.
Kissin não deu auto-ataque mais ninguém.
Yeah, I'm
Ficou
getting
esperando
kind of scared
pra dar
again.
o último auto-ataque do
A7 threw last game early game, and it
pouco
feels like they
esquisito,
haven't
porque
got it
eu
off their
acho que o
system
pessoal
yet.
da VKS consegue uma ótima iniciação, pega o pessoal da Alpha 7 de surpresa, mas eu acho que o grande ponto pra mim
That was a really bad start.
de justamente você não ter as ferramentas e não ter o posicionamento pra conseguir continuar esse embate. A gente vê que eles se estenderam demais, forçaram muito essa troca e a gente vê que o Randall Gap acabou sendo eliminado numa situação que parecia favorável pra eles. Então tem que respeitar um pouquinho mais os times.
The thing is, again, like I said last game, they can throw 2 fights and they're still okay.
Vamos ficar de
So
olho. O Randall Gap ainda tem o flash. Parecia que tem uma jogada ali do Scambia, mas tem o replay na sua tela.
Foi o Scambia que criou a jogada, né? Com flash, foi no melee ali.
like this part was fine. I think Cade made a really good call, calling for like more bodies for this. But what's kind of disturbing is that they didn't.
Ficou isolado, o resto da Alpha 7 também não
Like
conseguiu
if Cade collapses 4 to get Scuttle, if they win, all they get is Scuttle. If A7 didn't interact with that, they don't get the kill. They don't get the wasted time, and A7 could just get shoved in their lanes instead to answer sort of that. And even seeing Skuro tell us and Drake Hero come up from the bot and contest that, that's okay. They weren't losing much, and in fact, they can actually push out and then get Prio in lane for that to pick the lane and shove the wave out, and then poke Kissy and Scamber all the way in. But when you opt it all the way in like that, then yeah, they kind of. That's when I think it really backfired. Whatever. It's 600 gold. It's pretty spread out too. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Kissy getting it is not the scariest person to get it because at least not in the short term. He invested in Poe and skilling, so.
Nasceu minutinho atrás, já vai sendo feito pelo Sarolu, o primeiro dragão.
É claro, tá com pressão nas duas lanes adjacentes ao objetivo, então tá de boa pra fazer sem grandes problemas. Ali ele também não sofre muito, vai demorar um bocado. Não sofre tanto assim pra fazer, né? A bola
and Drake Hero said he's able to pick up the other side, so.
Tentar pegar alguma informação ali do Drake Hero, mas não
very much not end of the world.
Achei que era o teleporte, cara. Ué, mas tem que ter outros TP aí. Beleza. Drake Hero
vai rolando pela mid lane.
Vai tentando levar pelo menos a selva ali do adversário, que seja o Scamber pra defender a parte superior, porque teve justamente essa inversão. Drake Hero tem que sair daí, tá o Sorolu, tá o Quats, o time da Cade dominando essa área toda, enquanto a galera da Alpha 7 vai tentando posicionar seus jogadores, mas ainda falta 1 minuto e pouco pra nascer aí as vastilarvas.
E o Sorolu já tá no nível 6. Ele chegou bem rápido aí nesse nível 6 pra campeã, que é tão importante.
We are seeing a bit of a gap topside though. Shino is gapping Kiari. Low key, I think that's the biggest gap we're consistently seeing. Like, in mid lane, this gap is expected because it's range into melee, and I think RD Gap's actually, he's dropping a bit more CS than I'd like to see, but I think he's generally handling it well. But this topside, all 3 games, I think Shino's actually won the topside matchup. Last game was critical too. The fact that his Gwen was building out Gnar early, I think was absolutely criminal. And actually a direct contributor to why A7's jungle, like why Drake Hero was really struggling to get anything off with the J4. Like he was getting perma in. His lanes were all losing perma.
E aí, é o que a Lilia quer também. É o que a Lilia quer. Esse combate mais curto, essa galera mais juntinha é aonde a Lilia brilha.
Pois é, são 3 milis ali, né? A gente comentou na hora do draft. É bom pra ser Joane, mas ao mesmo tempo é complicado às vezes pra composição poder fazer rodar. Vamos ver. Vai ser muito na ponta do dedo. Os dois times têm aí composições com forças e fraquezas, assim como a gente tem visto a série inteira, né? Tem sido uma constante entre os dois times.
E até por isso a Lilia é meio que um counter pra Sejuani, né? Porque pelo que vem junto com a Sejuani, vem junto campeões de mais curto alcance. Então é exatamente por isso a Lilia é selecionada como counter pra composição que a Sejuani acaba armando ao redor dela. Inclusive a Sejuani que começou a fazer os Biro lá na parte de cima, vai fazer. A equipe da Alpha 7 vai pegar os 3 pra si. Então não vai ficar pra equipe da VKS. O 4 está até esperando por ali, mas vai ficar esperando mesmo.
Eles optam em tentar pegar esses campos aqui, a gente vê que não há resposta pra participar. Difícil execução desse dive aqui, porque o Telo já sumiu do mapa tem muito tempo, e ele tá chegando justamente pra responder essa jogada, então talvez forçar essa jogada seja muito arriscado nesse momento, mas a VKS está sendo proativa em responder nesses momentos, mas também otimizar o PF do Sarulo pra ele continuar acelerando e continuar farmando.
Aí já vai todo mundo recuando, o Telas vai atrapalhar a volta do Chino, ele usa o Fatiai picar pra longe. Telas dá um joinha, vem chamando o resto da galera. Sarulo pegou o aronguejo dessa parte inferior do mapa, o jogo dá aquela mornada, os dois times vão farmando, vão buscando posicionamento. Por enquanto só um abate a favor do time da Cade, e o próximo objetivo é daqui a 2 minutos com o próximo dragão.
A Alpha 7 vai entrando no território do Sarulo.
Legal,
mas não conseguiu roubar não.
Okay, Sarulu's getting invaded now.
Legal, assim.
Menos legal.
Menos legal. De qualquer maneira, o Chiari vai chegar na torre, de repente ele consegue galgar aqui uma barricadinha, tá aí, Demoli procou e ele garante essa barricada, talvez pegue até uma segunda.
Aí vai
saiu
pegar.
bom demais. Agora foi legal?
Agora foi legal. Beleza. Agora não dá pra dizer que não foi legal, não.
Acelera o item do Atrox, né?
O Atrox tava naquele... meio que tomando uma pressãozinha pro Renekton, né? Com essas duas barricadas, equaliza o War, passa até um pouquinho na frente da sua contraparte. E agora... o ficar de olho no próximo assignment, né? Pra onde vão.
Okay, sorry, a little bit distracted. I'm trying to get,
yeah.
I'm trying to get a guest on for our podcast, for King of the Brothers. And he said yes, so we just need to figure out the time. But
Colocar um pouco mais de pressão nesse mapa. A gente sabe que a pressão da rota do meio acaba ditando muito do que você pode conquistar pelo mapa, mas ainda tô esperando o escuro utilizar a flecha de cristal encantado, talvez buscar alguma tentativa.
Thank you, Lunar. Yeah.
Não é algo a se ficar de olho
Okay,
nesse
so okay.
ponto.
Also, there's nothing happening in game anyway, so I was safe to do that. Sorry. So my game side distracted was I swear I was still paying half attention to the sounds and what's happening. The game just stalled out, which is fine, which is good. I'm actually happy that A7 isn't that. LRS person. No, sorry, this is for Worlds pre-show. Like the pre-Worlds episode. Sorry. We had kind of discussed about trying to get this person, and they yeah. But yeah, I just saw an opportunity, so I was just gonna yeah. We'll keep it a special guest for now, and then you'll find out when we do the episode. But it will be the pre-Worlds episode, because I like I said, I don't know what we're doing right now for Geo, especially this week when we're not actually running a show for it, because the LTA Northside's got it covered, right? So okay, but yeah, back to this game. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how A7 is doing right now. Yeah, they just need to slow down the game and be chill. Ooh, that arrow. Wait, you get... Okay, I'm pretty sure that was an old trick. I think it still works, where as a minion, you don't get hit by arrow. So Scamber becoming a minion means that he can't get hit by Enchanted Crystal Arrow. That was an old interaction. Same thing with Sion ult too. Oh, Artie Gap is dead. Oh, he lives. Okay. But his team's kind of still screwed. Oh, really nice split from Cade. The Encore doesn't do work. Nice. Okay, that's just better fighting from Cade Academy. I'm not upset with A7 and how that played, though. I do think that's kind of the idea. I still think they're not quite at their power spike yet, because Artie Gap went for full boots before the ranking, which is fine. That's another build. It's just that I don't think A7 had a great chance of winning that fight. But they saw the angle. I backfired a little bit, so. As a minion, you take full smite damage for a minute. Yes. Yes, you do. Yep. It's been a while since I've seen that interaction, though. We don't see it that frequently. But it was a known one for like Sion, Ashe. Just one of the few reasons why minions are superior. Yeah, if Artie Gap had played up the Rune King, I think they win this fight. But yeah, A7 kind of saw the angle, and you can see how kind of close it is. Not all of Cade was there. I think even if Encore lands, I don't think A7 win the fight, by the way. I think at best they trade 1-for-1, but the idea was there. And that's the second fight I can like allow them, in quotations, to lose before I think they start to fall behind. So we saw yesterday, so yeah. Yeah. I mean that's the risk of being a minion. You take more damage from this fight, but Yeah. I think it's a worthwhile trade, honestly. No, I do think it's funny, and I'd love to see more junglers abuse the fact that if you see a minion running at you like that, just smite it, man. I guess that's why you run as a ward at them. As a ward, you neither trigger the arrow nor do you trigger, nor can you smite a ward. But you don't get the movement speed. So. Oh, Sarulu with the invade take. Okay. I think A7 now just need to chill till RD Gap gets better up the ring king. You tried your hands check, it didn't work. Kate is still too good at this point. And also they're about to hit their power spikes too. Like, one of the reasons why I saw the A7 angle was because I think they were slightly ahead in items in general, but
ainda mais porque a Sejuani ela busca justamente
yeah.
pouco dos campos para buscar essas jogadas, mas se a VKS não ceder esse espaço necessário, a VKS vai continuar crescendo e a gente tá vendo que
2K playable.
2 mil de ouro agora, mas a gente vê que é uma composição que joga pouco
Or
mais
autos will
devagar,
kill you.
e joga justamente com a pressão dessas rotas. Então a VKS vem fazendo um ótimo trabalho em manter a Alpha 7 sempre pressionada para não ter nenhuma.
I mean, that's why you go ward, because you can guarantee you only take the one hit. Oh, the buffer! Okay, that was a really nice buffer from RD Gap. It's sad that it didn't save him, but it was really nice. Insta cleanse. Good from Kissy. Yeah. Again, Cade is just playing... Game 1 feels like it was a warm-up game for Cade Academy. Which is really unfortunate when A7 played so well in Game 1. I feel like Game 1 for A7 was peak gameplay we saw from them. Or at least I've seen from them all split long. That was arguably their best game for me.
Aí, quem pegar os monstros na frente, garante o sapatinho. O time da Cade muito na frente disso, né? Muito não, vai. Tem os 3 Beerus do time da Alpha 7, tem 2 dragões. A Cade, isso, 2x1.
2x1, dá
pra TP aqui no meio, é briga por alto.
Dá pra equipe da Alpha 7 fazer isso. O Shino vai levando o objetivo por aqui. Ele não tem o teleporte pra chegar nessa briga.
O Random Gap tem, hein? Vamos ver como é que...
I shouldn't show some... Genuinely? Yeah, apparently. Which actually really frustrates me, because everybody keeps telling me they're really, really good,
O
but...
adversário vai garantir as proezas de força, vai garantir o sapatinho de cristal. Então, eles têm que se posicionar pra fazer essa briga. Eles deixam o Random Gap na parte inferior do mapa, porque eles sim têm o teleporte.
É, todo mundo quer ser a Cinderela no dia de hoje, hein, Gruntar? E a gente vai vendo justamente a movimentação para esses objetivos. Acaba sendo algo prescindível e acho que também esse Arauto vai acelerar muito para levar essa torre da rota do meio. E depois que essa torre da rota do meio abrir, é muito complicado de responder, mas...
Enchanted Crystal Arrow's almost up. Kissy's cleanse is still down.
Abre o leque de opções para como eles querem buscar.
I'm seeing an angle.
A começou ali o Arauto, hein? Galera da VKS tá bem longe, tá todo mundo na parte inferior do mapa. Eles não vão ter como fazer isso aqui não, contestar isso aqui não.
É da Alpha 7.
É, já tá garantido.
É da Alpha 7, não tem como não. A Lilia tá lá na parte de baixo, pô. O Sarolo tá muito longe dessa jogada. Então equalizou os objetivos neutros aí. 2 pra cada.
Nice. Herald could be big. First pick already went to Cade, though. Or no, did it go Cade? No, it actually went to A7, never mind. That was Chiari doing the work up there. Actually, no, thinking about it, you did watch A7 when they're at the best. Which was A7's best game? Was it week 1? Was it last week? Or was this game 1 like really, truly A7's best game? Because we can play better than they did in game 1, then, you know, I have hope. I kind of don't like that Skuru's the one taking this, but he got away with it. Arrow misses. Nice from Scamber. Oh my goodness, Scamber. Scamber did magics. What the frick? RD Gap is not doing magics. Chiari is trying his damnedest to carry this right now. Oh, he gets Kissy. Wait, Chiari could actually carry this. Chiari! He's trying, bro! Oh man, I feel so bad for Chiari. I feel so bad for Chiari, bro. Chiari tried so hard. But Scamber's engage was spot on. He saw the angle. The flash managed to catch the critical Skuro. And RD Gap is not it on Yone. I've seen good Yone play from him before, but this game is not it. Bro was struggling. Yeah, that was the magic moment for Scamber. It gets Kissy free access to backline and dodged out. But RD Gap here was kind of bad. Like, he's using the ult to get off the buffer. And I get it. You've got people diving you in the backline. You're kind of scared for that. And Shino can kill you. But at the same time, he does that. He's still asleep. And he's got no way back out. So it's really bad in that it allowed Cade to just reposition and kill him. And he's having 0 impact in fights. Like, I hope they show damage numbers from the fight. I don't know if they will, but I'd love to see damage numbers from the fight. One more chance. No, yeah. They don't have ults. A7 fights around their ults pretty much. It's not quite a wombo combo ult, but wombo combo comp, but their ults are huge for them. Lunar Week 1 was the best of ones. Yes, but I mean, yeah, this is a singular game, right? From A7. Like, game 1 of this series was great. Game 2 and game 3 have been pretty good. Like, I can see why they're second place, but it's not like amazing, you know. And in fact, they're actually making quite a few I think questionable choices with what they're looking for or how they're looking to play.
Se fosse lança, pegava, né, Gutar? Também não. A verdade é essa. A lança é mais fina ainda. Nunca mais acertaram uma lança.
Lack of trample? Okay.
Eu gritei, olha, a lança acertou. Como que não? Eles só acertam quando você não grita. É verdade.
That's...
A quantidade de kill que o Pantheon já pegou com a lança dele. Ah, mas é que a lança...
I mean...
É só...
We're only in game 3, and we're still hitting mostly meta champions. Like, Chiari has played a lot of Aatrox in his time. Drake Hero played a lot of Sejuani in his time. I won't say a lot of Seraphine for Tails, but he's definitely played it, and same with Skuro and Ashe. RD Gap, I've seen him play good Yones. This is just not one of those days. In fact, this is actually, I think, the worst performance I've seen on his Yone so far. And I think a lot of that's being facilitated by maybe he's not familiar with how to play against the Lilia, and so he's using the ults defensively incorrectly. So I don't want to say it's like bad, but it's certainly not one of his better performances I've seen from RD Gap. I've seen much better play from RD Gap on specifically Yone before.
Não, tá não, é muita ousadia, né, Gutar? Ousadia e alegria, pô. Essa composição ninguém tanca, pô. É difícil iniciar...
I am concerned for A7's shambles, though, after in Game 4, Game 5. I think there's still enough meta in Game 4, but my fear is that they're not on their comfort champs anymore. They're kind of on either comfort champs that are not high tier, or they're on, like, high tier champs which they are not as comfortable on, and they'll look like RD Gap playing Yone right now. Why is Kissy tanking this? Oh, Shino again. Shino is greatly impressing me. Oh, they killed Sarolu. Yo, the top laners this series are really impressive. Yeah, RD Gap's dead again at the start of the fight. They need RD Gap so badly. Oh! The young from Shino there. Okay. The snipes from Quats and Kissy for the 2 kills? That's beautiful. That was actually crazy good. Was that a big one too? I think from Quats to find the weaker, the lower health Telas, and then the snipe from Kissy to find the higher health Drake Hero. That was beautiful. They look like Pain vs. All in the final. Honestly, yeah. Right now, kind of. I mean, they low-key look better than some of the Pain finals. Like, A7's putting up a fight at least. They're just picking a lot of early game. Like, it's the early game from A7 that's killing them. Literally, if they just don't fight early game, if they don't do anything early game, I think they'd be better positions than they actually are now. But they keep picking skirmishes where they're compositionally weaker, and then they're trying to out-hands Cade, and Cade right now are on fire. Game 1, Cade, their hands, that was a roam-up game. Since then, absolutely perfect. Oh, this was... Oh, yeah, oh, that was a big one. That was a big one. No, why would the hate consume me? I'm not upset about the way A7's like. See, this is what I suspect is the problem right here. The Yone needs to be online. Chiari's pulling a lot of weight in these fights right now. Even if he's not getting that much damage, he's zoning, he's creating space. But RD Gap is just not finding any angles. Do it. Execute Order 66. This is why Trajan calls you Emperor Palpatine. No, I've always cheered the academy teams because do they have cookies? I want cookies. But no, I always have supported the academy teams. I am very happy that Cade and Red kept academy teams, and it's showing their worth. Oh wait, here we go. Artigap gets his ult off. There we go. We just needed to do that. The Yone is that easy. Skuro, please don't hit the fight after you already won it. Oh, yo. They saw this. They saw this. Oh, nice from Scamber. Scamber is playing really well this game. They've got a problem. Skuro can't attack the dragon. Okay. Yeah. Cade played that very, very well. They're tearing them apart, and Cade gets 2 turrets with the dragon. The gold lead continues to grow for Cade. And A7 have no choice. They had to do it because it's Hextech Soul. So, go Soul. Yeah, straight up Soul for Cade if they get it. So, A7 get torn apart. RD isn't capping, he's napping. High key this game, high key. But you can see what I mean, right? Like, this comp should be Thanos. The moment RD Gap finds a pick like that, it's insta-win. But again, Cade Academy are playing so incredibly well right now. I am so impressed with them. Scamber this game only has 5 assists. He's actually the lowest KP on his team with Sarulu, ironically. Normally, these two are like leading the charge. They have the lowest KP, but high key Scamber, every time Scamber finds an engage, it's money for his team. He found RD Gap, they kill RD Gap. Yeah, but I think for me, MVP right now for Cade is either Shino or Sarulu. Overall, so far in the 3 games you've seen so far. Shino is like the big... Dude, Shino pops out and A7 starts running for the hills. And he's won every single lane against Kiari as well, which is insane. Like, Kiari's a good top laner, bro. This Shino was the Shino that we saw in Furia Academy 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Last year? 2 years ago? But yeah, this was Furia Academy Shino. When Furia looked really good. It's just that back in the day, Yups was even better.
Ainda bem que vocês fazem a conta aí, porque eu não sei, eu sou de humanas, eu não sei fazer número não.
Confia, professor, confia. Confia. É 50-50, professor. Outra certa tá errado.
Yeah, Cade is playing the map very well as well. Every time you look at the lanes, they're always split pushing. Quad's on a carry, imagine. Also, he's on a poke champion, so it's somewhat inflated. But genuinely, I hate watching Quads play Galio and to a lesser extent Ari. Oh, Scamber again! Yeah, but RD Gap, oh, he finds the engage. Yep, the Yone is coming online. RD Gap's finally starting to feel a bit more comfortable. He's just so far behind, man. If he was ahead, I think they win the fight. But 5k goal difference is hard to overcome. No, man, not that fight. Give him credit, Linner. That fight? Okay, he just ate two pokes. The Void Seekers. That fight? RD Gap did what he had to do. He did the right thing. He just needs to not be the first one in. If he's the first one in, he gets melted. Even in that fight, he was arguably kind of the first one in because his team got leapt, but yeah, it was good for him to get there. And it only gets better. Yone skills, so. But imagine if they don't throw the early game. Imagine if A7 is actually equal in gold. Oh, not stepped, they were. Yeah. Yeah. And because of that, Quats and Kissy weren't melting the front line. They were going for RD Gap. That gave Kiari space to kind of zone everybody else out for the engage. Kind of unfortunate for Skuro. 1-for-1 at the end of it. If you're behind 1-for-1's fine. Also, the skill from A7 is generally pretty good. Everybody skills in their team. Cade also has good skilling. They have slightly less skilling, but enough that I'm not worried about going late with Cade. I think it just comes down to execution. I think A7 is easy to execute, that's all. You give him credit, that's the reason why it does. Oof. The poke from Kissy's hurting though. Wait, did they just lose Baron like this? Surely not. I know JQ took damage, but... Okay. Scamber catches Skuro again. RD Gap finds Kissy, 1-for-1. RD Gap can still fight this. He's in the back line. Can he do it? He gets gods! He get it! Yone is busted, guys! Yone is broken. Yone is so... Never mind. Never mind. Yone was so freaking broken. Oh no. Lily is more broken, I guess. Generally, RD Gap's hitting that O10 power spike. He's got that O10 energy, you know? Down, and suddenly he's popping off and causing chaos in team fights. Again, he scales, he gets stronger, he gets better. It's just these top laners. Shino's owned up the entire enemy team solo. 6-0 and 8. Highest KP. I think Shino needs to get... Oh, he went for the... What's this thing called? It's not chainmail. I forgot what it's called. It goes into Randuin's, but I'm blanking on the name. Yeah, and rather than that, I'd rather see him get Zonias. Ooh, too late. That's Hexol. Man, just when A7 were clawing their way back into the game, they lose Hexol. And then now it's tough again. Now it's sad hours. Sad boy hours. Oh, arrow whiffs. Has Skuro landed a single arrow that kicked off a fight? I know he landed some early on, but I feel like recently all his arrows have missed. This is the slow and poke. That's cancer.
Tem o E da Lilia também, tem a exploradora do vazio para aplicar esse dano fora. Os mísseis que o Cork pode utilizar pelo caminho. É muito complicado lidar. Se eles não conseguirem esse engage, a coisa vai ficar complicada porque
yeah, oh jeez. And that combo allowing Scamber just run at you is terrifying. You can see the fear in A7 as they're slowed. And there's nothing they can do about it. Scamber's already been landing so many engages without the slow. Imagine what he can do with it. Oh, Scamber. That's game. That engage from Scamber was so good from behind. I just want to see, could they have seen Scamber coming? He comes as a minion. No, the minion wave wasn't even there, so yeah, they couldn't even see it. Oh. Super well played from Scamber. Yeah, Scamber's my MVP this game. Again, he just barely cleared the lowest KDA, or kill participation, because Sarolu had less participation, which also is really wild as a jungler, by the way. But yeah, and for me, this game, Scamber MVP. But this series, Shino's still my MVP so far for Cade Academy. Oh.
Meus amigos, que série que nós estamos tendo aqui no dia de hoje. 2-1 para a equipe da VKS. E mais uma vez um jogo dominante por parte deles. Perfeito, meu amigo.
Drinking his coffee. Man, this feels bad for A7. Like I said, I think this series A7 has played generally pretty well. Like I can see why they're second placing. I can see why they beat Red Academy to a certain extent. I'm still kind of shocked that they beat Red Academy like that, but I can see reasons why watching this series. The problem is they need to recapture game 1 form, and they need to stop throwing the early game. They're drafting really good late game comps, which I feel like they've been doing for most of the playoffs. This was how they beat Kaboom. This was how they beat what was the other team they beat to get here? Oh no, they didn't beat Kaboom, sorry. They beat Flamengo, who beat Kaboom. And Flamengo beat Kaboom with late game comps. And then A7 went, no, we play late game even better than you, Flamengo. And then they play late game comp. But the problem is that they're throwing early. And they kind of did this as well against Flamengo. So they just chill early. I think they got too hyped up by game 1. In game 1, they crushed the early game. But in game 1, I very firmly believe Cade was not awake yet. Like they were warming up game 1.
tinha essa Nico, mudaram algumas peças que foram bem impactantes e aí conseguiram uma vitória.
Pois é, eu acho que
Oh, yeah.
entra muito na questão da estruturação desse draft.
Yeah, RD Gap doing 15.1k damage was a big part of why they lost that. I very firmly believe he was just too far. Like, he messed up his early game, he fell too far behind the curve, and he was still not able to have the impact that team needed to have. I think Chiari by far did the most this game. Like, not just in terms of damage, but in terms of like actually zoning. Skuru was struggling to hit his ults as well. These two were struggling. Drake Hero was fine. Telos actually did a really good job. I liked his encores and the way he was trying to create space. His beat drops and everything were on point. It's just, as a support, you can only do so much. Chiari, same situation, right? Like, you can only do so much as a melee bulwark. He was creating all the space in the world, but yeah, it's just not quite enough. Okay, they have been pretty fast today, so I'm pretty gonna, go to the washroom, grab more water, take my quick bio break, like I usually do. So yeah, I'm gonna do it now while they're running this because their breaks have been short. So I'll be back shortly.
Os dois primeiros abates que a VKS.A garantiu foram para essa Caixa, que é uma campeã que tem um scaling um pouco mais demorado, ela depende ali do seu segundo, terceiro item para aí sim aparecer no jogo, mas como que você conseguiu acelerar muito esse jogo dele, deu tempo para que o resto do time também chegasse nos seus power spikes, tanto que o Chino, por exemplo, ele passou por muito debaixo do radar, vocês estavam comentando muito sobre o QC, sobre esse cork do Quartz também, mas quando precisou, né, quando foi necessário, já ali mais pra mid late game, que esse Renekton resolvesse a situação, ele conseguia, até porque ele já tava com mais de 3.000 de vantagem de ouro em cima do Atrox.
Na última luta a gente viu o real potencial que esse Atrox, esse Renekton teve, e a gente viu o dano que ele conseguiu aplicar, o espaço que ele conseguiu criar durante essas lutas, e mesmo com a iniciação que era feita, vinha a ultimate da Serafine, vinha a ultimate da Ashe, eu vi muito o que comprometeu dessa partida, foi a equipe da Alpha 7 não ter conseguido aquele abate no primeiro dragão. Aquela flash do escuro que o Scamber virou o Minion, pra mim, aquela luta, eles precisavam acertar pra diminuir o tempo do jogo, e isso deu o espaço necessário pra equipe da VKS continuar controlando os objetivos, continuar estacando esses dragões e continuarem ganhando esse espaço. Então muito disso também depende da execução, porque a execução que a gente viu da Alpha 7 no primeiro jogo foi muito sucinta, foi muito boa, mas pra mim essa série tá se tratando muito sobre decisões de draft, preparação, mas principalmente a execução.
Mas a Alpha 7 não deixa de ser perigosa, né? Porque tiveram ali duas jogadinhas agora nesse final de jogo que eles poderiam sim ter conseguido retomar o controle, conseguir voltar para esse jogo. Eles são muito capazes disso. Eu acho que na última série que a Alpha 7 jogou contra o Flamengo, eles mostraram isso. Tiveram muitos jogos em que o Flamengo estava ganhando com muita vantagem, e aí a Alpha 7 virava esse jogo. Eles têm esse diferencial de conseguir resistir até o último momento e conseguiram quase fazer isso nesse jogo. Então já imagino que para esse próximo confronto aí, eles voltem até com uma escolha um pouco mais agressiva, sabe? Para eles conseguirem criar um pouco mais, porque eu também acho que colocar o escuro com essa Ashe deixou ele um pouquinho preso, assim, ele não conseguiu ser tão agressivo, não conseguiu se movimentar tanto.
Eu vejo que você colocar um atirador que não seja tão efetivo, você aproveitou o começo da fase de rotas, mas foi o que você comentou, aproveitaram, mas até certo ponto não conseguiu escalar, e do outro lado a gente viu como a VKS conseguiu escalar muito bem.
Pois é, a gente vai para um rápido intervalo, porque ó, VKS.A está a um passinho, falta mais um jogo para eles serem novamente campeões no Tier 2. Será que eles conseguem? Será que a Alpha 7 volta para a gente ter mais uma série de 5 jogos? A gente descobre daqui a pouquinho depois do intervalo.
Okay, quick break. Come back. Looks like we still got some time. Nice. Well, probably because did they run another B3 ad? Ah, that's why. Yeah, they probably already used up the ad content, so doesn't feel quite as long. The break. That is. So okay. Yeah, I just want to grab more tea, more water. Woo. Change the stream name back. And we're into game 4. Cade in the lead. And frankly, after that game, looking well in control. I do think A7 won the draft twice. Now, going into game 4, I don't know what other power pick you want on blue side here. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if A7 go red side at this point. And just say, okay, we want counter picks. I also don't know if it's realistic or not. It's not the problem. Like, technically, Chiari got counter pick and it didn't matter. Again, Chiari also got counter pick here and it didn't matter. And I'm just not sold that RD Gap can counter pick Quats. In the first place, Quats has never really cared about like getting counter picked. Like on Pain Gaming Academy, he just eats counter picks like none other. So, like he'll happily blind. So I actually don't think there's a benefit to A7 going red side, unless there's a pick that they want to make sure they don't get counter picked. But yeah, I don't think that's the thing. I think they just go blue side and then open up some bans. Rumble is the one I'm thinking they open. If you have blue side, I don't think you need to ban Rumble. Especially since you're probably going to trade that for an Annie. I think that's an okay trade to give over. One of the sad parts is they gave the Galio early, so they can't just give Annie and trade Galio. Or I guess, yeah. To be fair, I think, let me put it the other way. I think VKS.A's Academy did a good job picking the Galio game 1 in terms of removing it from the rest of the series. I don't think it's a great Quats pick. Like, Quats plays it decently, but it doesn't let Quats carry is the problem. And I like Quats on carries much, much, much more. As we've seen in the 2 games he got carries, right? Like, his Corki was doing a ton of work. His Aurora, Loki carried game 2, or not carried. He started the snowball in game 2. So give Quats a carry and he will carry. But I think the Galio takeaway is really helping out VKS Academy in their draft now. And I am concerned about A7's picks. Let's see what they've got left. Yeah, so relegation from tier 2 will be happening this week, right? Or September 19th. So next week will be the relegation out of tier 2. And then after that will be the promotion from tier 2. Up.
Daí, vambora então, direto pros Pix e Bans acompanhar o que acontece nesse quarto confronto. Alpha 7
I like that LTA South is already putting out information about their promo relegation. I've not seen it on the LTA North side of things, unfortunately, or the NACL side of things, which does feel a bit bad. Yeah, yep. As expected, A7 went blue side. As expected, they opened up Rumble. Rumble, pardon me. I confused Trundle and Rumble in my mouth. And as expected, Cade answered by opening up Annie. Oh no, I think this is a bad idea. I think the Rumble is the stronger side of it. Okay, well, we went with Annie for RD Gap. I wonder how much of that is because RD Gap is struggling right now in mid lane. So something like an Annie is a very simplistic champion that you don't really mess up too much. What's this Ari is interesting. I didn't like it on Pain Gaming Academy. I have liked it on VKS.A's. I think he's some of Cade's best early games came off Quats with Ari.
E não tem a besta pra responder esse Rumble também, que é um dos principais counters aqui aparecendo do Rumble, então não ter essa besta pode ser bem interessante.
Yeah, Rumble this late in the series as well is really, really strong. They're talking about Mbessa as a counter who's no longer available. I don't know if they go like Cassante here, I guess, to try and answer maybe. I start replace Rumble. I ain't arguing with that right now, let's put it that way. Ooh. Victor into Annie. Okay. That's always an interesting one.
jogar contra esse Rumble que é difícil de enfrentar mesmo.
Não tem Gwen também, que também é um matchup que vira e mexe a gente vê contra o Rumble. Os picks que meio que batem de frente com o Rumble estão basicamente todos retirados.
E é um ponto de perigo aqui. Tô curioso pra ver qual vai ser a escolha de caçador aqui.
What do you mean I choose to be wrong, Lunar? So I wouldn't argue with you on that one right now. Replacing Roamer. Ooh, we are going massive team fighting. Okay. I like the Ornn answer here. I do think Rumble is the winning side of that matchup in lane, but Ornn's really good setup for potential jungle, depending on what jungle you pick here. Nice. Okay, this is a great shout. Rakan's the last engage support left. No, wait, no. Leona's still up. Never mind. You pick Leona here, or you forego support. It has to be Leo. What? We are trolling. This is straight AP. It's all magic.
O Ziggs sendo mostrado aqui é um pouco esquisito, né? Porque
só
tem AP nesse ponto.
Okay.
Mas a gente vê que a Pop foi a escolha, então. A Pop que pode tanto pra Selva.
Because Pain won't. I don't know. They probably won't. I mean, Roamer's only their 4th mid laner in 12 years. They give a lot of time to the mid laners. Roamer needs to level up though. I think he's got hands, but he got worse in Split 3. Way worse. In Split 2, I could see the hope, but in Split 3, Roamer just fell apart. And that's not acceptable. Not for an org like Pain Gaming. I don't know. Let's see what they do in the offseason. Because I think if Pain can get an actual, like, really strong mid laner, like, if they somehow get there, as an example, they can't because Kazi's in the contract, but they got, like, Kaze, for example. I think they just ditch Roamer right away for it. Or if they get, like, Loki or Saint or something. Okay. Yeah, I think that Leona would have been better here. Because Leona has synergy with Rumble and Victor. You want setup. Poppy's setup is not actually, like, yeah, you got Keeper's Verdict that can knock up a couple people, but realistically, you're probably not using it as a knock up in place. And now there's no more engage supports left. That's probably Poppy support, and then we go Maokai jungle, I guess? But that's even more magic damage. You're already so magic damage heavy. And then probably like Jinx or something? Oh no, Jinx got banned. They banned it. Terry? Yeah.
Aí fica o questionamento com o que é que o Scamber vai vir, como é que vai ficar essa bot lane.
Eu acho que eles podem jogar com alguma coisa.
Like, I get Poppy being good into all 3 picks here, but I just think, like, with Rumble, you want to clash with them, you know? Rumble Victor is already more AoE than A7 can whip out, period. Damage-wise, not CC-wise. Ornn is king of CC, after all.
Tão intensa contra o Rakan, tanto o Karma quanto o Lulu também colocam muita pressão, mas de novo, jogam uma teamfight de uma maneira diferente, se a gente for olhar nessa ótica.
Oh, what the hell?
Também abre o leque de possibilidade para jogar dinâmica, então caso a equipe da Alpha 7
Lunar, Samakin to me actually would feel a lot like Roamer with right now better trajectory. Like, I think Samakin is improving. This split on Blue Water, I think he was a big reason why Blue Water made that insanely deep run, and he's probably one of the most improved, most impressive players. Like, he grew so much in this year. I would personally be happy to see Samakin, but at the same time, I don't think it's the best thing for Samakin, because I think the pressure from Pain is insane. Like, you should not be throwing people who are growing into that team. And I have a bad feeling Samakin might go the Roamer route if he joins Pain now. Like, the expectations from the fans would crush. Unless, like, he starts performing right from the get-go. But mid lane's kind of tough right now. It's not quite like jungle. I think Griffin has an easier time going to jungle right now, where we're not seeing that many jungle carry junglers. It's only Jose Diota. Okay. The Nocturne pick is a little... It doesn't instantly fit the identity of this comp, but I actually like the Nocturne pick. It turns off the lights on a comp arcade, which is not the easiest to execute. Especially when they pick the Lucian instead of, like, something more straightforward. Oh, it is a Poppy jungle. Yeah, then they just go Bard here because he's the next best engage. But Bard is only good engage if you have follow-up CC for it. By himself, I don't like the Bard here with no other follow-up CC. I actually really don't like the Cage draft. But you know what? I have preferred A7's draft the last 3 games, or last 2 games, I guess. So this game, that game, game 2, game 3, game 4, I have preferred A7 draft, and A7 have lost anyway. So obviously this game is not about the draft as much as I dislike the Cage draft. This comp from A7, like I said, I like it a lot. I think it's really good.
E também ao Randall Gap de não conseguir crescer e achar essas iniciações em bons momentos. E quando ele conseguir encontrar, acho que eles já vão estar um pouco mais atrás. E esse, pra mim, é a condição que a equipe da VKS vem buscando até então.
Meus amigos, composições então montadas. Vamos ver como é que funciona esse knock, principalmente.
Yeah, sorry. Shoot, I might have to answer a call. Give me a second here.
Que ele consiga aguentar aí o jogo contra esse Rumble.
Yeah, this comp is generally, I'd give it a 4. I like the comp a lot. I think it's a lot. This had potential. I really like the first 2 picks, but I kind of hated how everything went after that. Like,
tem uma composição de briga forte o time da Alpha 7.
Sim, e também escala legal a composição deles, principalmente por causa da Siorne, né?
Legal.
Ele upa os legal, essa fé ele vai virar monstro.
I'm just trying to think how this comp works, right? Like, are you just trying to win lane?
Então, eu pessoalmente...
Because even if you're just trying to win lane, I feel like Lucian into Aphelios is not the easiest. You should win, but it's a little bit iffy. And Rakan can cause a lot of disruption. I like the Poppy pick individually, but there's no synergy with Victor, Rumble, who are very out-dependent. Like, yeah, I actually don't like this comp. I think I'm going to give it a 1.5, and I give this a 4. I think A7 have a much better composition. K just have to outplay again. Again.
Da Alpha 7, eu vejo que esse Aphelios ele tem potencial de escalar, mas eu ainda acho que ele é um campeão um pouco esquisito. Não sinto que ele tá o mais apropriado. Tudo bem que a gente tá 4º, 5º jogo, mas eu acho que ele não é um campeão que ele fita tão bem nesse meta, mesmo sendo ótimas escolhas.
Vamos lá então, meus amigos. Tá aí na sua tela 2-1 a favor do time da Cade. A Arena dos Campeões está preparada, tá prontinha para receber o 4º confronto, que pode ser o último aqui da grande final do Circuito Desafiante. Se a Cade vencer, faz 3-1 e tira do peito o grito de campeão do circuitão. Vocês já estão vendo eles aí na parte esquerda da sua tela, jogando mais uma vez de calções azuis, a galera da Alpha 7, enquanto o time da Cade jogando do lado direito, o time da VKS. Vambora, meus amigos, porque o jogo começou agora e a gente vai juntinho pra partida.
Os Camber e o que seja vão entrando no território inimigo para dar aquele cartão de boas-vindas. A VKS que já tem no seu cinturão 2 títulos do Academy, né? Eles ganharam em 2023 e ganharam em 2024. O primeiro no primeiro split de 2023 e o segundo no segundo split de 2024. Agora brigando aí por esse tricampeonato do T2.
Tricampeonato do T2. Tava pensando como falar isso, né? Porque agora é circuitão, antes era Academy. É um campeonato irmão do outro, vai?
Isso aí.
Dá pra dizer que é a mesma equivalência.
Tá bom. Posso gritar tricampeão, então, se vencer?
Tá liberado, gritar.
Não
sou eu que libero, mas se
o
a chefia deixar, tá tudo bem.
Alguém vai confirmar contigo aí no teu ponto.
Daqui a pouco o comandante fala. Tem 500 comandantes aqui da transmissão. Vambora. Começa a briga na parte inferior do mapa, o Escuro e o Telas contra o Kisei e o Scamber. Começou muito bem pro Escuro e pro Telas, cara, mas eu sinto que no jogo 2 e 3, o Kisei e o Scamber levaram a melhor, né?
Cara, e esse stun que o Telas tomou aqui do Scamber já estragou um bocado a brincadeira pra Alpha 7 aqui, tá? Já deu uma estragada legal.
Aí, Gilani mandando aquela mensagem, aquela torcida na hashtag Circuitão, querendo que a Cade continue vencendo, vai?
Não se canse de ganhar, né?
Que não se canse, que realmente não se canse.
E aí, o Teus também, outra figurinha carimbada aqui. China, jogador de T1, eu tô contigo, Teus.
Sabe quem tá falando isso aí também?
Muito.
Pô, nosso chefe, o Takas fala que o
chefe... okay. You like the Poppy? She has a not dash zone and can create space for no mobility solo lanes. I mean, yes, and I think generally Lunar, I like Poppy as a pick. I think she's very, very strong, especially in the current meta where we're seeing so much engage. And we've seen, especially like her Keeper's Verdict, for example, is phenomenal at kind of just yeeting out junglers and winning out objective fights without actually causing the fight and or like helping you create uneven numbers for fights. So Poppy as a pick is really good. I just don't... It's similar to the whole Xin Zhao idea, where I think Xin Zhao is a strong champion, especially when you've got something like an Orianna or you're pairing it with some sort of hyper carry that just wants space in the front. like safety zones, but it does not pair well with picks like Rumble or with Victor, for example, because it just doesn't. You've got the risk of anti-synergy where you're knocking away and splitting up the fight when you really want the enemy grouped up more than anything else. So that's my big concern with this comp. It's not with the Poppy pick itself. It's more with how it's going to interact with Rumble and Victor specifically. And we don't have a lot of AoE lockdown.
Tá tudo muito equiparado. Agora o Drake Hero vai chegar na parte superior do mapa. Não pegou.
Okay.
Não pegou também.
And I think this calls back to me a lot to
Eu vou te falar. Eu tava pra falar isso, mas achando que esse boneco é injusto aí.
what we're seeing in game 2 more, where I think the comp is not great for Cade Academy. This is better than that comp. Well, it's around the same as what I think that as I had that comp. But
Pois é, um começo torto, Colossus, porque a gente vê que a Pop nem precisou flechar pra tentar executar esse gank. Então a gente vê em várias frentes a equipe da VKS de novo sair na frente.
Sim, de novo eles começam com esse passinho à frente. O Chino vai, pra mim, eu confesso, pra mim a maior preocupação aqui, olhando pro Alpha 7, a maior preocupação que eu teria se eu fosse o Alpha 7 seria o Chino com o Rumble. O Rumble dele é muito enjoado, velho. O Rumble dele é muito, muito forte. E o Warner...
now Cade is winning out. Small advantages, just laning for the most part, early game, which is something I think we've seen a couple of times.
É que dá liberdade pra ele poder mover esse mapa. Então agora que o Randall Gap ele tá sem esse flash aí, qual que é a efetividade que o Randall Gap poderia ter com esse Nocturne no nível 6? Porque um flash ult no 4 poderia ser um abate certeiro, né? Mas vai passando um pouco mais o tempo.
We'll see if they can just win lane game, maybe.
Voltada mais pra scaling, pra ter HP. Então vai ser cada vez mais difícil conseguir essas eliminações. E eu vejo que esse é um dos grandes motivos que ainda tá saindo um pouco do meta. Depois daquele buff que a gente teve no Bastão das Eras, que o pessoal começou a fazer antes do buff, na realidade, acho que isso ainda incentivou ainda mais um pouco a saída da campeã, justamente por conta dos campeões terem mais HP na rota do meio e sobreviverem cada vez mais esses potenciais abates que ela
What's this kind of gapping already gap again?
Difícil, né, você pegar aquele dano que realmente
This
vai
roam
destruir
down
o
from
mapa, cara. Porque o
quads?
Victor já tem a vida extra, né, com o Qzinho dele, ele já é um pouquinho mais resistente, vai com naturalmente o kit do campeão.
Vamos lá, vamos ver o que acontece. Os primeiros 5 minutos de jogo foram mais ou menos tranquilos, né? O dragão já nasceu, é o primeiro objetivo, é um dragão da montanha. A Pop do Saurulu tá próxima, não sei se ele vai começar o objetivo, talvez sim. Mas ele vai precisar um pouquinho de ajuda, né? Porque a Pop vai demorar pra matar esse dragão.
Assim, ele vai ter ajuda da parte de baixo do mapa, porque o Chino vai colar uma onda de minions na torre e não vai ter muito o que fazer lá na parte de baixo do mapa, não. Então, tá de boa.
Achei que ia ser só um, vai lá, amigão, você consegue.
Ele vai e solta 2 arpões e fala, ajudei! Eu voltava minha lane.
Mas ele tá lá, estão fazendo o dragão. É isso aí.
Vai uma eternidade pra fazer o objetivo, mas a gente vai vendo que a VKS assume a postura em termos de pressão em todos os cantos, porque eles têm pressão aqui na rota do meio, tem pressão nessa parte superior. Mesmo com essas trocas rolando, a gente vê que também tem o sustento advindo justamente dos cafezinhos que o Bardo pode trazer. Sim. Então vem fazendo um ótimo trabalho. E de novo a gente mencionou sobre o ponto dessa pressão, o ponto de conseguir acelerar a partida. A VKS, quando tem essa pressão, eles não deixam a peteca cair.
That's fine. I think A7 are learning. They do have some really good skillings on their side. And while the Dragon went over uncontested, I'm kind of okay with it because I don't think they should be trying to throw. I'd like to see what happens if they can actually get to late game without a deficit, which has been, I think, their biggest struggle this series.
Saurulu deu de cara com Chiari. Desanimou ali. É um Orne, difícil de matar.
Deu Ezinho no dado.
That's actually not bad for Chiari. The damage was not significant, and he kind of just slowed down the base to come through.
Pode ter certeza que o Drake Hero tá no nível 6 também. Seria muito arriscado entrar na selva inimiga, mesmo com o equalizador do Rumble, e entra no que você falou, Gontar. Vai demorar e a cobrança pode vir, pode chegar voando, literalmente.
Aí, o Random Gap perdeu uns milhãozinhos, mas volta pra torre. Drake Hero tá farmando também, ele tá sim no nível 6. Agora o Scamber vai voltar pra rota pra poder ajudar o QC. Em relação aos AD Carries, o QC tá um pouquinho na frente do farm, não é nada absurdo, mas é um pouquinho na frente. Vai dar 8 minutos agora, os Beerus vão nascer e a gente pode ver um confronto um pouco mais forte pelo topo.
A equipe da VKS vai sofrendo um pouco agora, né, essa pressão de volta, né, tá com lança-chamas por ali, o escuro, aí facilita legal a limpeza dos minions. Saurulu tá chegando aqui na parte de cima, Mas quem domina o Rio é a equipe da Alpha 7, porque a N conseguiu pressão no mid.
Grubs are up. A7. Ooh. A7 looks like they want to contest this.
O engage foi parado.
Oh, they already used the paranoia on Scamber. They didn't even try and go for Kissy. Oh no.
Detona a vida do Drake Hero.
Okay, that's really bad for A7. Oh.
Gigante feita pela VKS. Numa jogada que aparenta simples, tá aí, ó. Ainda tem.
Has this just not been the story of this series? I feel like A7 does well until they don't.
Reconquista o território.
Like 1, 2 bad mistakes just start
Cara, e assim, toda essa jogada aí...
happening and
Professor, toda essa jogada deu os biros pro time da Cade.
Exatamente, não tem mais nenhuma ferramenta de iniciação. Agora que o Randall Gap teria o seu flash disponível para poder participar dessa jogada, a gente vê que não tem o principal recurso, que é a paranoia para conseguir fazer essa entrada, tirar, apagar um pouco essas luzes e criar um pouco de caos para você poder forçar essa iniciação de uma forma um pouco mais coesa e um pouco mais tranquila. E nesse ponto também a gente envolve justamente o primeiro ultimate do Nocturne, normalmente tem que ser um abate para que a partida comece a acelerar, ou pelo menos você tenha a pressão de ter ultimate para que o adversário jogue de uma maneira mais conservadora. Então a gente viu que não aconteceu nenhum nem outro e a VKS segue liderando em termos de pressão, garantindo os biros, como você comentou.
Isso, eles não têm muito ouro na frente, mas os dois objetivos iniciais, foi o dragão e essas vastilarvas, ficaram na mão do time da Cade. Eles vão fazer um reposicionamento agora. O Kisei e o Scamber estão vindo para a parte inferior do mapa, o Chino tá indo lá para a parte superior.
Eu tô sentindo que a Alpha 7 acabou ficando sem agência.
so that's now Grubs and Dragon gone over the way of Cade Academy.
O draft acabou deixando eles sem
Next to
agência no
know.
mapa. Eles não têm prioridade, não tem... meio que não tem pra onde jogar, não tem como...
Again, well, they're not too far behind, so I guess
Nesse
that's...
ponto é bem complicado. O Chiari é
We take
homem,
small blessings for A7 right now.
Na rota dele, muito difícil, na rota do meio. No momento que houver essa ameaça do Drake Hero, ele também, o Quats pode só sair, fecha o bastão da Zero, então é um alvo não tão suscetível a ser eliminado nesse ponto. E a gente vê também a Pop, que não é uma campeã fácil, ou a bot lane, que tem a jornada mágica do Bard. Então são situações bem difíceis e eles vão precisar orquestrar um pouco melhor.
Ai, a jogada era pra cima do escuro, o Scamber queria esse ultimate, queria travar o adversário, mas não conseguiu. O escuro dá aquele pulinho pro lado, vai ficar de boa, gasta o flash pra isso.
Então, a parada toda é o Felius sem flash.
The interesting thing for Cade to a certain extent is that they actually haven't been really trying to do too much. Like, we've not seen Cerulu get involved with anything. We've been very focused on A7 because I think a lot of the games up to this point have been more on A7 losing it than it has been on Cade Stars winning it. But
Eu sinto que o Alpha 7 vai ter que pegar aquelas brigas que eles sempre fazem muito bem pra virar esse jogo.
Cade do have pressure on them. Like, I'm looking at Cade to try and figure out, I guess, I should be looking at Cade to figure out how they're going to win this game, right? Like, you can't just assume A7 is going to screw up. And so far, sort of that early lane pressure we want to see through Kissy hasn't been actualized. I actually don't think Lucian Bard have that much pressure solo into a for those Rakan, excuse me. I do think Cerulu or somebody else needs to get in there. Quads can't. Victor's not a great ganker. Chino's pretty happy right now in his 1v1 matchup, and he got his leads early, so that's fine.
Dragão nasceu, mas o time da Alpha 7 tá mais dedicado aqui. Vem teleporte e tudo, o Telas vai fazendo a linha de frente. Então o teleporte chegando, o Chino ficou e o time da Cade parece que vai abrir mão. Já abriu mão, o time da Cade não vai vir pra essa briga.
Importantíssimo esse teleporte do Chiari aqui pra dar essa vantagem para a equipe da Alpha 7, que fez o engage e já tem a saída de guerra.
A presença inabalável ficou ali, só que do outro lado o Quats é engajado. É muito controle de grupo, ele fica travado. Sai no vai ficando.
I thought they got Quads. Cade Stars this series keeps surviving with slivers of hell. And for this one on Quads, that's just a calculation thing. The bright side of the ganks on Quads, it didn't really cost them anything. It's just Tibbers, but that's okay. Artie Gap's going to be sitting there anyways for a while. And Drake Hero still has Paranoia, so he can still make a play.
3 barricadas que pode acelerar ainda mais esse Rumble. E de novo, a VKS foi muito consciente que eles givariam o objetivo no momento. Eles nem tinham como entrar no dragão, eles já viram o Chiari dando esse teleporte. Então, por que contestar? A gente vê que isso acelera a angústia de Liandre pra ele aqui. Também tem as botas da rapidez pra conseguir se deslocar ainda mais rápido. Então, nesse ponto, a partir do momento que o Shino começar a participar dessas ults, a entrar nesses cenários, é onde a coisa vai complicar, porque o Aphelios ainda não tem o seu flash disponível. Então, a coisa vai ficando um pouquinho mais azeda pra Alpha 7, mas a gente tá vendo que a vantagem que a VKS tem
Okay. A7 got Drake as well. I didn't really pay attention to that, but that is good for them.
Eu tô 100% contigo.
Up to now, K feels like they've been running the map, but A7 getting that Drake feels like they're actually getting.
Infernal, uma alma muito forte, por enquanto dragão pra cada lado. A próxima briga daqui a 1 minuto e 40 nesse arauto, então ainda falta um tempinho. Os jogadores vão se posicionando, tentando farmar, tentando chegar naquele itemzinho extra para a próxima briga que muitas vezes decide as partidas de League of Legends. De olho no Scamber e no QC aqui, ó, porque eles estão tentando controlar essa rota do meio, mas está muito equilibrado contra o escuro e o Telas.
O Expurgo na cara do escuro ali só não deu um prejuízo maior porque o escuro tava com a Gravitron, conseguiu aprisionar o Lucian, né? E negar o avanço dele. Agora o Sarolu vai chegando pelo lado, meio que pra fazer. Não é pra fazer pressão no Chiari, é pra responder um potencial gank do Nock, que ele tá por aqui.
O Nock tá lá do outro lado, né? Então não deve acontecer nada por aqui. Acabaram as barricadas. Vamos dar uma olhadinha já quanto de ouro o time da Cade pegou na frente. Pelo menos o Chino pegou bastante barricada.
Foram 3 só pro Chino, né?
Foram 3 e a gente vê que ele conseguiu danificar muito essa torre, então vejo muito que vai acelerar, uma pra rota do meio também, vejo que muito que vai acelerar aqui vai ser justamente nesse arauto do vale, porque
500. Yeah, most of the plates on Kate's. That's where most of the goal difference is coming in from.
Um pouco mais moderado, um pouco mais lento, mas a gente sabe que ambas as composições aqui conseguem jogar pra um scaling interessante.
I think A7's done a pretty good job just holding it at the goal differential. It hasn't really grown. Herald's in 20 seconds. And
vamos ficar ligado de olho.
you just resort to slide when you're bored, Lunar. It's not like I can make the game go any better right now.
Lá no bot, talvez eles peguem a primeira torre.
Already got.
Primeira torre aí pro time da Cade, garantido.
He's basing right now. Does he get his item? First break goes to Cade. I don't think Cade has time to spend it before the Herald. And they're kind of far from it. Yep, okay, Malignant's picked up by already got. Okay, I think if A7 want to fight for this Herald, this is probably where you're fighting. And then it's a question of just more. Do you like this is a good spot for A7 to be fighting. Yeah, VK's not even showing up for this. Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, ideally for A7, I think they wanted the fight at this Herald, but Kate not giving to them is also okay. You get the Herald for free. Ooh, what is this? Double TPs. Okay. Oh, they're getting cooked! Oh, man! Skuro! Dude, the Skuro flank to finish off was huge! Skuro showing up on the side, I think actually might have saved them. I was terrified for A7 at first. It looked like Kitsy was going to clean house. And then Skuro managed to find him on the side. That is... Okay, that is massive. Well played from A7. Really good patient play. They found the fight that they wanted to get. Kate get the feat of warfare because they get the first kill, but A7 answer back, and I think that's absolutely critical. And they get Herald to boot. Ooh, that was really dicey. You can tell that A7 was really hyped on that too.
A fight eclodiu justamente no ponto em que o Chino ficou muito estendido na torre. A gente vê que existia a possibilidade de dive e no segundo momento da jogada o 4 já estava muito avançado. Vem o bodão do Warren aqui também para impedir e também a Alpha 7 muito bem preparada para responder essa jogada. Ainda garantem esse arauto do vale também, mas o escuro chega muito bem para essa finalização, consegue utilizar a Calibro de uma forma muito efetiva para conseguir eliminação e a sequência aqui é só história. O escuro joga muito bem, consegue utilizar a Calibro de novo para conseguir o abate.
Não tinha muito como dar o outrange ali, o Sarolu deu aquela colada na parede, se esticou, mas não deu.
Tá aí o arauto que o time da Alpha 7 pegou. Bem na torre, ela vai pro chão.
Okay, there's the Herald crash. That should equalize the gold pretty much. That's only second Drake being traded on the other side. So gold stays even. I think that's the biggest thing for A7 when I think their comp is better and they can get to late game. So that's a trade I think A7's happy to take. Or at least I'm happy to see A7 kind of take. Second Drake is not the end of the world. It's Infernal too, so both teams can still kind of go for it. Atakan spawning top side. Yeah, A7's almost at second items too. For their AD carry and, well, mid's a bit behind. RD Cap's a bit behind. But Skuro's kind of the big part for this team. So, as long as they can kind of go even. Again, scaling will favor them. They've got the Ornn, they've got the Aphelios. And for Cade Stars, okay, look, I kind of let the early game slip by for Cade Stars because up to this point, it's been A7 screwing up the early game and Cade punishing for it. Yeah, that didn't happen. So now Cade have to be a bit more proactive, and I'm curious if they actually have the tools to do so. Again, the big concern I had was Bard is fine if there's follow-up CC. There isn't follow-up CC. So how are they actually going to use the Victor Rumble combo against A7? I almost feel like they're looking for a pick, like vision denial. But then if you're doing that, realistically, that's not a comp thing. That's just you denying vision and forcing them to the fight. So if that's what we're looking at for Cade, then I think the burden of execution is really, really high.
Exoplaca já, né? E aí isso dá poderio muito interessante pro Nock.
Isso, ele só tem uma assistênciazinha, né? Não conseguiu participar tanto. Vamos ver como é que fica, porque o time da Alpha 7 tá todo aqui pelo meio do mapa. Tem 4 jogadores posicionados. Scumber e C podem ser alvejados, mas parece que não. O Randall Gap e o Drake Hero vão só saindo dali.
O Sarulu também tá por perto, né? Se alguém resolver se engraçar, querer uma jogada um pouquinho mais forte, tem o veredito da Guardiã pra resetar a fight, pra reiniciar a parada toda. 4C chegando aqui na parte de baixo com um bocado de minion, mas não tem ninguém muito por perto dele, eu não sei se Ornn aí do Chiara, então dá pra limpar e ir embora.
Isso, sem muito problema, o Ornn vai limpar essa onda de minions. Próximo objetivo é daqui a 25 segundos, mas é um Atacan, cara, que a gente muitas vezes não vê sendo feito logo de cara, né? Muito perigoso.
E nesse momento a gente vê como as equipes estão com o ouro equalizado, qualquer um que fazer de maneira errada ou iniciar de forma precipitada pode guivar para essa outra equipe. Então a gente vê que a Alpha 7, caso a VKS opte por fazer, tem muitos mecanismos de recurso para responder. A VKS, por contrapartida, também teria muitos mecanismos para responder a jogada caso a Alpha 7 iniciasse esse objetivo. A gente tá vendo agora o Saúde pra cima.
Avançou no meio do mapa, ele consegue sair. Ele não tinha flash, mas conseguiu sair no passinho.
É difícil conseguir eliminação agora, né, Colossus?
É complicado, até... Eu acredito que até dava, professor, mas o Shino não estava perto o suficiente para que eles tivessem esse abate com o equalizador ali. Que eu acho que era... Era o que a VKS queria, né? Era o que eles queriam criar por aqui. O Scamber tá chegando, dando um bocadinho de pressão no telas. A VKS quer muito dominar essa parte central.
Eles têm 4 jogadores aqui posicionados. Vamos ver se isso vai ser o suficiente. Na parte inferior do mapa tá o Quats. Já a galera da Alpha 7... eles também estão aqui no meio do mapa. Eles não querem sair muito de perto do atacante, Cito Colossus, para não arriscar. Pegaram o Random Gap, mas será que tem follow-up? Por enquanto a resposta é não, o Random Gap vai saindo.
I had to quickly answer a phone work message on my phone.
Buscar essa jogada nesse ponto sem ter total consciência do que poderia acontecer, e isso abre espaço.
Man, I hate that like work's bugging me right now. In game 4, which could decide the game, when A7's actually bouncing back. Okay. Okay. Oh, that redemption did work. Shino has TP still, by the way. Does he TP here? No. They're just sacking this. Okay. Okay. First of all, really well played from A7. They're feeling strong, and you can see second item complete for Skuro. They're actually looking for these fights, which I do think is the right call and what they ought to be doing. That is being played right. Yeah, I think we're starting to see the problems with the gate composition when they. It's good at exploiting and punishing A7 mistakes, but when A7 doesn't make a mistake, how does this comp play? Sarulu yeets Chiari out, which is all well and good. But Poppy is not necessarily great at playing forward, and nobody on this team really wants to play forward. Oh, sorry, it wasn't even Chiari he did out, sorry, it was Rakan. And then it was Telos, and then they didn't manage to kill Chiari because he's hyper tanky. This step out too? This is a mistake from Cade. And it's on Skuro who's swinging really heavy. Like, the weird part was we saw picture in picture, and we commented on it too, that Shino was just taking topside turret. He has teleport, and he can TP to join the team. But if I don't see Shino teleporting, I don't know why we're stepping up right there. The other problem too is Shino as Rumble is not the fastest turret taker. So if like that's a Jax or a Gwen, it's like, okay, I get the idea, you know. We are trying to, you know, take the turrets, get more map gold, and then you just hold mid. Like, just do your job and hold mid. Okay, we're now starting Octagon. Do they have enough damage to melt it? Top health. Oh. Oh no, is this where the throw happens? Gap already has ult back up. Kate are not in position. Again, no engage. They used their engage to stop the Octagon take. Really nice from Gap. Really nicely played. Oh, damn, okay. Well, that was even nicer from Sorolo. Dude, oh my goodness, not again. Not again. Yeah. Cage just on fire today. They will not say die. They are pulling out miracle fight after miracle fight after miracle fight. They should not have been allowed to do that, but freaking Sorolu's keeper's verdict was insane. The Poppy pick changes that for them. At first, I was struggling to see how they're going to engage this, and already Gap finds perfect flank too. Onto Squishies. I say Squishy. Technically, one of them is Poppy, but she's not that tanky right now. So. But that keeper's verdict to knock 3 out changed what should have been a 5v4 situation into a 4v2. 4v1.5. Because already blew his damage early. So, I was waiting for cooldowns. But it's like so much work for Cade to find that. And for... Okay, the yield, the prize is good. It's Octagon. But like the gold gap's not growing that much. Call that the first lost team fight from A7. Like I said, they can lose 2 team fights and I'm still okay with it. Most of your comms have felt like they had that sort of 2 screw up buffer. Oh, no? Yeah. Like they because they dropped well, they can afford to lose 2 fights. So call that 1. The big problem for them is that they've given over too many objectives early again. So they have to fight a dragon. If they mess that up, they lose soul, and then that's a huge power boost for Kate, which can kind of match the owner skillings, the ornaments. Gamber still made it through. Hey. Come on. I'm putting a bit of a buffer in. It's screwing up. Yeah, it's Chaos Storm down. They still have Equalizer. They're pushing them out. RD Gap spotted. Equalizer just to cut the wave as well. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I wish that... Part of me wishes Chiari was the one to initiate that rather than using the Moonlight Vigil, but I get the Moonlight Vigil is faster. So they're kind of just throwing that out and seeing if they can get the burst of damage down. Okay, RD Gap with the Mondo flank. Okay, they got Sorolu at Baron. RD Gap still has ult as well. Oh, nice. They see RD Gap. Okay, they killed him. Baron 2k. Oh, jeez. I thought Quats was going to laser it in for a second there. They're on the hunt now. Imagine they had engage support. Imagine they have a Leona right here. Oh, no. We can't be serious. This is crazy. You get Baron, and it might actually cost you the game. That's the second lost team fight A7 have. That's their buffer burnt. At least they got Baron. I don't think they'll lose the game off of this. The damage from Kissy's not high enough to take all the turrets, but...
A cobrança foi gigantesca da VKS.
E a gente vê justamente a sinergia que eles tiveram em buscar esses abates, mas o Randall Gap se estendendo pelo caminho. Mas pra mim o grande herói da jogada foi justamente o Quats. Mas antes a gente vai começar...
This would have been an unmitigated disaster if they didn't get Baron on top of this. But yeah, it would have been unmitigated also because there's no jungle smite on the other side.
O posicionamento do Quats é justamente para neutralizar o avanço. Então ele vai, joga o campo gravítico, a tempestade do caos, mas ainda assim as habilidades vão aplicar essa lentidão necessária para o que o Xei e companhia consigam chegar e consigam tirar 4 desses 5 buffs do Barão.
I guess the big screw up was they already spent everything to get in there, and they needed RD Gap's tippers. Like, that was the big thing, but RD Gap getting caught on the side was where everything kind of went wrong. And now we went from 1k gold lead, very playable, 3k, which is kind of tough. Again, it's still fine for A7. They still have, I think, Baron on one member. Yeah, Drake Hero still has Baron. They can still push. Ornaments are on Skuro and Chiari. Yeah, I think they just need to find one good engage. A7's been struggling on the engages. So.
Vamos ficar ligado. Só não pode o que se aparecer, né? O professor tá apontando aqui, tem duas armaguardas no time da Cade. Uma na mão do Quads soltando o Chino.
Esses resets são muito importantes para essa fight que fatalmente vai acontecer. Já começa um pouco do Quads a ronfar ali para a parte central. As barras de vida da Alpha 7 vão começando a descer, mas quem domina o Rio é a própria Alpha 7.
E aí sim é bom, porque a Cade não tem esses engages, né? Vocês tinham comentado um pouquinho. Lá veio o bode, o equalizador travou o time da Alpha 7.
Orne fora, Orne
fora.
O
bode não funcionou, o Orne é jogado pra longe. O time da Alpha 7 tá com a vida meio detonada. A Cade volta a dominar o Rio. Drake tem que tomar muito cuidado. O escuro, a mesma coisa. O dragão foi iniciado.
Mas muitos ultimates da VKS foram gastos. Tá? Muitos ultimates importantes da VKS não estão mais disponíveis. Tem Real Engage, mais uma vez. Pegou em todo mundo escuro.
Ultimate do Afélios lá em cima. O que você vai sendo detonado. Ele é curado com tudo que pode. Ainda assim é abatido.
Okay. I mean, that's a really, really good start. They found Quats as well.
Tá inteirinha nessa briga. Olha
Damn, Shino's cooking them in the back though. They didn't even kill Quats. I thought they did. Yeah, they're just getting cooked.
E essa fight pode ter selado o título da VKS, hein? Pode ter selado o título da VKS e eles vêm pra puxar pela parte central. Pode ser um push decisivo.
Será que vai dar tempo? Será que acaba agora? O time da Cade, que fez um campeonato tão constante.
Well, that's game. A7. I mean, they'll live for now, but this is effectively game. A7 with the 1-3. But weirdly, I don't know. On one hand, I do feel like they've improved since the upper finals. But I think Cade just showed up on the day, and Cade are just punching way better today than they did in the upper finals. Like, oops, sorry. That popped up for a second.
A entrada do Chino aqui foi também decisiva, irmão.
E acho um grande ponto dessa luta, a grande dificuldade foi a seleção que o Escuro tinha de armas nesse momento, porque a gente viu que ele começou, que ele tinha Inferno, depois pegou a Graviton, aí depois teve a Severo, então ficou um cenário esquisito para ele conseguir utilizar boas armas de luta, para conseguir achar o espaço necessário para que ele conseguisse dar dano. Se ele tivesse essa sequência de armas aqui agora, seria perfeito, porque seria tanto a Severo...
Okay, from here on it's just kind of cleaning house. Dotting your I's, crossing your T's. A7 is improving game after game though. This is a better, I think they performed better in this series than they did against Flamengo yesterday already. So, yeah, I'm actually quite hopeful for them. I don't know if it's enough to take out Isurus, to be honest, but yeah. Okay, they get Kissy. And he lives again. This is the tilter. It's just every single, they're too far behind now. Every single play they try and make, it's so close. The engages from A7 are good. They're on point. If they just had a bit more. They didn't even screw up the early game this game either. Like, I think the early game was... Yeah, the early game was quiet, it was solid. Yes, they gave like 1 or 2 more objectives I think they necessarily had to. Like, I'd like to see them fight a bit sooner. But I don't think it was fundamentally a mistake. I just think Cade today, it's just on fire. They can do no wrong. Even when the comp doesn't really work, even when the comp shouldn't be able to play forward, they're still finding ways to engage and to make magic happen, so huge props to them.
Não tá jogando de Soraka, mas tá curando todo mundo, dando esse suporte necessário. E a gente vê a equipe da VKS quase 7 mil de ouro à frente nesse momento. E Gruntarzão, é o timing do Barão. Menos de 15 segundos aqui, o objetivo já vai ser iniciado e o pessoal da Alpha 7 vai ter que contestar. Tem os teleportes disponíveis para sequência, mas ainda assim fazer essa entrada dentro da selva contra esse Rumble, contra esse Victor, também tendo a têmpera do destino do Bardo, pode ser bem complicado de lidar com tantas ferramentas de luta que a composição da VKS tem nesse momento.
O time da Cade vai tentando aplicar uma sujeira por aqui. Eles deixaram 725 sentinelas na selva do adversário. Alpha 7 que teoricamente tinha que vir pra contestar, não vai sair da base não, Colossus. O Barão já tá feito.
Que isso, bicho. A selva tá inteira visível pra equipe da VKS. A equipe da Alpha 7 já tá numa situação de desespero, Gruntar. Eles têm que esperar a VKS vir e tentar encontrar alguém. É o jogo que um Nocturne quer esquecer.
Yep, here's the final push. Baron's taken down. I mean, you get one more shot as A7. So far, we've not seen the Ornhorn from Chiari, like, actually find the angle. It's been RD Gap, and props to RD Gap this game. I do think he's been critical and key for trying to find... Like, he's found some really good engages on, like, repeatedly. The Annie is not the issue. The laning was a problem. He's down, like, almost 70 CS, 60 plus CS. That's a problem, but... Yeah, I think the... Yeah, if anything, I think the bigger problem's on Chiari right now, who's been doing so fantastically well on the Ornn. He's not been able to find engages, and he's the one with the long range engage. Like they need to chain the two. It's just too late now. At 9k deficit, if you couldn't do it at 3, if you couldn't do it at 6, you're definitely not doing it at 9 or 10. Okay, Paranoia's popped. Yep, here's the Hail Mary. That's a good ult from Chiari. See what you can do with a good ult? It's just that simple. The problem's now they're out of gas, right? Like, they blew Midnight Vigil, they blew Tibbers, they blew the Ornhorn. Like, sure, you'll push them off with the numbers advantage, but realistically, yeah, you lost the Nexus turret on that defense again. As they spend, try again. Like, is there a world in which A7 can come back from this? Maybe, like, yes, but it's not this one.
Agora eles vão tentar o re-engage, o Chiari avança, o escuro vai chegando, equalizador, vai derretendo a vida, engage do Chino, ele brilhou na zona, que você tá livre, vai mandando bala pra cima da Alpha 7, que começa a ser completamente obliterado.
Really nice play. They just run them down at the end. Some advantages. Okay. GG, Kate Stars Academy. The Academy teams show why they're at the top. But A7 gave them a run. A7 definitely gave them a run. I can, like I said, I can see why they beat Red Academy. Yeah, if you make mistakes against A7, they absolutely punish. But A7 themselves do also make some mistakes, and Kate's just the better one at the end of the day at punishing. Congrats to the Academy. I am really sad they don't get to go to promo tournament, because I would have loved to see this team play, even if they, but they can't promote. Yeah. I think for me, MVP is Sarolu or Shino. I think I say Shino first and Sarolu second, based on just all games. But those two this series, man, like Shino and Sarolu, so many times they should have died. They did things which well beyond what they were supposed to have been able to do with their champions, with the way the thing played out. So huge props to them.
Red de esporte da Cade, vão recebendo ali.
Vão recebendo as medalhas, né?
É o Supinão, tá dando ali as medalhas. Grande garoto. O time da Cade vai recebendo aí a sua premiação.
Chega
aquele
lá.
abraço, a comissão técnica.
O Kakashi, Tio Ben vão chegando para comemorar junto com o time. A comissão que também é responsável por esse título, né, Grutar?
Ah, sem sombra de dúvida, sem sombra de dúvida. Vamos para aquela contagem para eles levantarem essa taça. Fica aqui na minha voz, meus amigos. Se prepara, Circuitão, para levantar a taça. O time da Cade vem fechando. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cade campeã do Circuito.
Congratulations. Yeah, I wonder if they'll show the MVP first, or they'll just hop straight into interviews.
Mais título para esses moleques aí também, por que não? Quats multicampeão do Tier 2.
Kate's Academy system, this is 2 years now where they finished like first, second throughout all the last 4 splits. Yeah. I know that TL says he's kind of hands off with it this year, but I do think there's something to his philosophies and the way he's approaching this at any rate, because their Academy system has definitely leveled up a lot. So, yeah. Yo, this is so unfair, man. Kate Stars Academy were the favorites coming to this one by a long shot. It's not even like... Dude, I was supporting A7 this entire time. It's just... If they're better, they're better.
Sim, o papo
Like,
é conquistar o
I don't know what to say, man.
E o circuito desafiante existe para ser a forja dos campeões. É daqui o primeiro passo para de fato se tornar um campeão na LTA.
E num campeonato, num split, que a gente viu tantos jogadores jovens conseguindo se destacar, né, na própria LTA, fica aí a esperança no coração de cada um desses campeões do time da Cade. Foguetinho, com o que você tá aí no palco?
Bom, Gruntai, pra gente começar a conversa, eu tô aqui com o Xê. A minha pergunta pra ele vai ser sobre essa troca que ele fez aí, saiu da mid lane, passou pra ser AD Carry, conseguiu ser campeão, e é sobre isso que a gente vai conversar.
Okay, so they're doing
agora.
some interviews
So,
first.
You made the change of you made the role swap. You
Oh.
was mid and then you became AD carry, ADC,
They're
and
interviewing
now
KC.
you are
He's in
champion.
English.
So I want to
Ray didn't
understand
catch last two
from you,
games.
how
It
is
was
this
just
feeling?
K being better.
Obviously, it feels amazing to roll swap from mid to ADC and secure a win, right? And
Yeah, the bounce
I
back.
think without my coaches and my teammates' help, I wouldn't be as good as I am for ADC. And yeah, I'm just glad we are champions.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think KC was the biggest reason. I think he did well with the lane swap for sure, 100%. But yeah, I don't think he's the best AD carry. I think he still has space to grow, which is good for him personally. I think he's got more space for growth.
Valeu, Foguetinho. Agora eu tô aqui com o Quats também. Quats, queria te perguntar aqui já como é que tá o sentimento, né? Depois do primeiro split desse ano, foi um quase. E aí agora conseguiu essa vitória. Como é que tá o sentimento aí de conseguir agora coroar esse ano como campeão?
Colecionando títulos, né? Mas, bem, no começo desse ano, a gente acha que, como time, tava com uma mentalidade muito diferente, que era basicamente 5 pessoas individuais tentando fazer alguma coisa junto, só que isso não dava muito certo. Aí quando a gente começou vamos enxergar a gente como uma unidade só, um time só. Aí a gente começou a melhorar muito mais como time e não como indivíduo, sabe? Mas é isso.
Deu pra entender, mas novamente parabéns, deu pra ver que essa questão toda da coletividade deu muito certo. E Foguetinha, quem que você tá aí pra perguntar agora?
Bom, eu tô aqui com o Scamber pra gente conversar. Primeiramente, parabéns pela sua vitória. Scamber, você foi o MVP dessa final. Você foi o destaque dessa série, parabéns. E todo mundo tava comentando um pouquinho sobre esse seu momento, sobre você ser... até no VT que a gente teve...
Okay, to get to Scamber. Okay. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Scamber in game... Oh, what's this Nico game? Was that game 3? Yeah, game 3. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely cracked. In this game 4, I mean, the Bard ults were critical in forcing fights, but more than Scamber being good at fight, that's just more a function of the composition. I guess you could say that Scamber... Yeah, Scamber had to live up to the weight that was being put on his shoulders with this Bard pick and no other engage, so... Props to him. Really well played. Again, huge congrats to VKS Academy. I'm... Yeah. Sad that we won't get to see them play in the promo relegations, but I have no doubt that these players, you know, a lot of people will be keeping their eyes on the academy teams and the players that are popping off as well. Yeah. And Scamber can always be proud. He has some of the highest stats in LTA South this year for the one series he played. Okay, with that said, I do need to head off and do some work. Thanks as always, Lunar and Ray, for dropping by and watching. Appreciate it. I know it's a weird day for us to be doing this, but it's Friday, it's finals, it is what it is. And don't forget, tomorrow, we have LTA, not South, not North, just straight up LTA, cross-conference regionals. I believe we're opening with Pain versus Under Thieves, and then followed by SR v Red the day after. So it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. We won't be on the LTA South stream, as far as I know, unless Trajan announces something. Keep your eyes peeled in the Discord and Twitters for that, should that come to pass. But yeah, we'll definitely be watching the game, as always. And with that, yeah, thanks for watching. And I guess I'll see you all next year. Peace. Bye.